So hi guys, welcome back to another stream, and today's stream is Finland versus Belgium live watch along for the Euros. Euro 2020, even though it is 2021. So let's put the mic over here a second. So yeah, the stream is about to start. Well, we have started now, but the match is gonna start in just over 10 minutes. So let's run through the lineups. So if you can still hear me well enough. So the lineups for Finland, you got Herodecki in goal, good goalkeeper right there. I don't know really too much of their 11, but Ratalia at right wing back, Tovio at centre back with Arajuri and can't pronounce his name, and Uronion at left wing back. Sparv, Lod, and Kamara in central midfield, with Sparv in like the defensive midfield position, it seems. And to can't pronounce his game, and Timo Pukki, probably the most well-known player for Norwich, up top in attack. And then for the Belgium team, you've got Hazard, Lukaku, and Doku as your front three. Very good front three there. Chadley's like a left wing back, along with Trossard on the other side. I think he used to play for West Brom, not sure. Maybe Anderlecht now. And then he plays for Brighton, Trossard. Doku, not too sure. Obviously, you know where those two play for, Inter and Real. And then Witsel, the Dortmund central midfielder, along with Kevin De Bruyne, another central midfielder, one of the best in the world, playing for Man City, obviously. And yeah, a back three of Thomas Vermaelen. Don't know where he is nowadays. Neither him, Jason Denayer. I think he used to play for Man City. Boyata and Courtois in goal. And then on the bench, you've got, don't really know too many of those. I won't really run through them unless you really want me to. But Vertonghen, not playing, very interesting. He didn't look very good the other day. He looked a bit slow, lethargic. Maybe they give him a rest because they're already through. Carrasco, Mertens, and Meunier, three top players who aren't playing today. And then Donker. But yeah, I guess they're going for a switcheroo. Go on, hi mate. Yeah, I'm doing good, Jake. How are you, mate? How are you? Welcome to the stream. And Oscar, go on, yeah. Basically, that is the two lineups for the teams. If we go back over there, quick last look. There's the Belgium lineup, and then there's the Finland lineup. So yeah, that is pretty much all I have to say so far. Let's get the little banners up a second. Give me a second, lads. So let's go. Finland caps. There we go. Finland versus Belgium. Kickoff. No, this is not much point in this banner because it's going to be very soon before kickoff actually comes. But 8 p.m. because yeah, it is 8 p.m. But yeah, that's the teams. Timo Pukki, obviously. Oh no, it's not the ticker. I didn't put it as the ticker. Oh no, don't. Give me a second, man. But yeah, Timo Pukki starts again. Not a surprise there because he is probably their best player, if not their most well-known player. And pretty much everything is coming through him. But it is very interesting, this game. You may think on paper it looks like an easy win for Belgium against Finland. But it isn't as easy as you guys may think because... Right, there we go. Finland versus Belgium. Kick off 8 o'clock. Because if we hop back over here a second, let's wet this up real fast. You're doing good in fantasy already this week. Yeah, I am, mate. I am doing quite good in fantasy so far. But I'll tell you something. Wijnaldum, I was going to captain Wijnaldum or Depay, but I thought no. I captained Yarmolenko initially, and then I was like, do I switch? But I thought no, let's stick with Yarmolenko, and he goes and does nothing. And Wijnaldum goes and grabs 2 goals. Depay gets a goal and an assist. But I shouldn't really complain because I haven't had big hauls like that from players in a while. But yeah, and Oscar says I had Depay captain and Wijnaldum. I rated that, right, Oscar? I rated that. So let's hop back over here real fast and go to group. So if you look at the group. You're gonna show me the group? There we go. So this group is very tight so far. So what I kind of worked out, just looking at this right away, if Finland win against Belgium, they go through. If Denmark have to win to have any chance of going through. So in other words, if Denmark beat Russia, they go through. And Russia go out because, depends if Finland lose against Belgium. In other words, if Russia win, Finland are safe. They get that 3rd spot. And obviously, 3 points isn't quite 4, so it's not the most that can get you through. But Belgium, obviously, they're top of the group unless Russia absolutely destroy Denmark, which I don't think will happen, or Finland absolutely destroy Belgium, which I don't think will happen either. So Belgium look like they're going to finish top. And then second, I'm going to probably say Russia or Finland. I don't know. It's really hard to choose between those two. But in other words, I think it's going to be, sadly, Denmark. I don't think we'll go through, considering everything that's gone on with them. It'd be nice of them to go through. I want Finland and Denmark because Finland are like the underdogs, and obviously what's happened with Denmark and stuff, etc., etc. How is Russia above Finland? Don't ask me, mate. It's just goal difference, really. Because who are the Russia? They lost against Belgium, and then what did they beat Finland? So yeah, they managed to get above Finland in the table, which is a very, very strange thing there. But yeah, that is what's happened there in Group B. So yeah, and then if we go back over here, I'll have a look if we can get what's this matches. This one here. So and then we'll go to Group. So as you can see, the game that was happening earlier on was the Netherlands. They beat North Macedonia 3-0. Wijnaldum grabbing 2 assists for Donyell Marlin. Depay as well getting an assist, and he got a goal. And the other assist was no, it wasn't. It was it depends if you count it as an assist. Depay shot, and it rebounded back into the path of Wijnaldum. But Netherlands, brilliant in the group, absolutely brilliant from there. Austria second, got through, just beat Ukraine. Not too happy about that with my captain choices. But yeah, Ukraine, it depends if they'll go through. We'll see how the other groups do. Let's hop back over here, something in the chat. Take a look at the fantasy table. I have Lukaku as captain. Oh, that's big for this game. I was going to captain one of the Belgian boys, but I thought, as Belgium already through, I don't know if they're going to give Lukaku or something a rest, because if I get my team up, give me a second, lads. Give me a second. I just need to try and find a way of getting my team. So fantasy football Euros. So it's gonna be tricky, but there we go. All you need to know, rules. I don't want to go on the rules. Just show log in. There we go. Log in. I didn't see this the other day. Can you see my sign in? No, you can't. All right, let me sign in with. Yeah, let's just sign in with that. Oh, I'm already in. That's real fast. Where is it? Where's my fantasy team? Fantasy. There's FPL skills, game stats, history, fixtures, standings. I can't find it on here. No. Give me a second, guys. I can't actually all your passwords. Yes, we can see yours. Very funny. Also, I know you can't see my screen. But basically, I can't find where I can look at the fantasy. Got the rules. I don't care about the blimmin' rules. I just want to show you my team and etc. etc. If anyone knows, oh, you are sharing the screen with Streamer. I didn't even realize. I know I'm sharing that screen. Sorry, my bad. But basically, yeah, I can't find where I can show you my team, which isn't very good at all. Let's go back out of this. Anyone know where you can see the team online? Because I would really greatly appreciate. You ready for fantasy football news? I don't care about news. Home. It's on home. Oh, it's not on home. Games store. There's mine. I'm logged in. Oh yeah, what's this? Tournament stats. Fantasy football play now. We might be getting somewhere, lads. Play fantasy football now. There we go. There we go. We're back on it. Let's hop back over here. Share my screen. Stop screen. Oh, there I am. Share the screen again. Give me a second. North Macedonia, Netherlands, Finland, fantasy football. Share screen. Hop back over here. There we go. We're on. So, my team so far, considering all that has gone on so far this tournament, we've already beaten match day 2 and match day 1. So, sadly, very disappointingly, I put the captain's armband on Yarmolenko. I had it on Yarmolenko, switched to Wijnaldum. Thought, no, let's stick with Yarmolenko. Let's stick with what I picked initially. Don't even know if Wijnaldum was start, but I found out he was starting, and then I was contemplating. Could have been Depay either. I think Depay must have got himself 2 assists. Yeah, because basically he shot, and then the keeper parried it into the path of Wijnaldum, which made him get 2 goals. But yeah, that counts. So big boy points there. Delict as well. But Yarmolenko didn't do very good, so I'm going to switch to once I can, once after this day's over. Disappointing first 2 weeks. Disappointing first 2 weeks. But what I'm trying to say is, once this day's over and I can choose my captain, I'm going to put the captain's armband on Serge Gnabry because he's got Hungary. Obviously, I could have put it on him, but I did not do, so I didn't know if he was going to start, because he's just come back from an injury in Belgium, already through as well. But yeah, Finland could be a tough proposition today. You never know. And if Gnabry plays on the 23rd, so does Mbappe. And Robertson plays on the 22nd. Do you know what? I might just stick it on Robertson because he plays a day lit before and then they can switch it back over to him. But I think I'm going to swap out either Bell or Yarmolenko for Thomas Müller. but not just yet because Thomas Müller might not even play. And then I may as well get the extra 2 points because I brought Gnabry in for Bonucci. But yeah, so far so good. But we can't take things lightly in this because I got to take anything I can because that is disappointing considering my status in this society of fantasy football, getting that measly points in the first game. Can I switch back over and show us? We'll show you guys the league that we're in. There we go. Your league, the FBL Skills League. I'm in a couple of other leagues, not doing too well at this moment in time. But here's the FBL Skills League. So this guy, I'm not surprised if he wins the whole thing. Look at this. 82 points on match day 1, followed by 59 on match day 2 and 27 on match day 3. But you can't tell me that it is not a good store. Store. Yeah, I'll review your team in a minute. Because look, he's got Shaqiri. He's had a brilliant amount of players so far. And then look at last week as well. And the week before especially. So he's top of the group by a considerable margin. And will probably win the whole thing. Unless one of us lot catch him. Where am I? I'm there. Oscar will review your team. You are there. Oscar Heggs. So you are level on points with me at the moment. But obviously, let's see how you're doing in match day 3. 44. So you did captain the pie. You had those... you chose him. I should have chosen, but you never know. Gnabry might go grab a couple, and I could have captained Gnabry. So basically, I've done well by having Wijnaldum and Depay in my team, but I've done bad by not captaining them. It's sitting me there. But you've got Lukaku and everyone's got Lukaku. Please do not score Lukaku. But De Bruyne, feel free to get me as many points as you like. You've got Nego as well, and Llorente. You've got Kane. Fair play for keeping Kane, and you've got Gnabry, Varane, Bonucci, and your bench is pretty dull, wasn't it? But yeah, Vindel didn't play, so no, you can't bring him off your bench anyway. But yeah, disappointing there on your bench and in your back line so far. But you've got a very good set of players, and especially your 2 Dutch players as well. And then we'll look at if Jake Hayward, if you want us to review your team, I could Oscar, mate. He's called. You've got him in your team. Oh, that's his name. I don't say anything like that. You think that's his name? But yeah, Jake, if you want me to review your team, just let me know. But that is the league so far. Jude not doing very well. This guy, I think that's Jake. He's doing decent, but not too well neither. Same with my stepbrother. And there's Jake. He's doing decent as well. I'm not doing very good considering what I was expected of myself. Burgess FC, he's doing really well. Slabhead FC is doing well. And so is Borussia Your Teeth. But from here to here, there is 16 points. So there isn't much in that. So that can easily be overturned. But this guy's leaps and bounds ahead of everybody else. Leaps and bounds, I say. But anyway, enough of that. The game is about to start. It's 1 minute away. And today, instead of having our usual Anthony Joshua Lucasade, we've got ourselves Lucasade Sport, Mango and Passion Fruit. And it is actually Lucasade. It's not some cheap-ass Vimto or Ribena, whatever you want to put in it. Well, that's not with Ribena. It's orange. But you know what I mean? It's not squash. It is a nice Lucasade to go with the game today. So, kickoff is now pretty much. We'll get rid of this little banner before I tuck into my Lucasade. So, Finland 0, Belgium 0, obviously. No one can score before the first ball is kicked, unless, I don't know, never seen it in the history of thing. But obviously, it's not going to count, is it? Only silly, is it? Finland. So, give me 2 seconds, lads. There we go. All right. There it is. Ticking banner on the bottom. What are the comments? I want FPL skills. FM. You want me to get Fantasy Football Manager? Fantasy Football Manager? Fantasy Football Manager. No, I'm too much in the fantasy football state. Not Fantasy Football Manager. Football Manager 21. I might get it. Or I might wait till Football Manager 2022. Is a new one. Completely new game. But I want to get Forza Horizon 5. If any of you play Forza, it is a quality game. And the new one's coming out very soon. November 9th. So you can pre-order it now in the Xbox store. If you want to pre-order the disc, you've got to wait a little bit. Anyway, that's that waffling. I had Immobile and Spinazzola in the team and they both didn't play. Yes, mate, they didn't play, but you could have swapped them out because the deadline was at 5 o'clock and the Italy lineup was announced at 4. So always keep that in mind before a game starts. Usually the deadline is usually the first game that day. Kickoff time. So take that in mind. So next time any of your teams play, check the lineups an hour before because I swapped out Spinazzola because he wasn't playing. And yeah, so do that. Remember that next time, Jay. And are you watching ITV live or on Player? It is on BBC, and I'm watching it on BBC iPlayer. So I've only just kicked off. But yeah, so I'm only just kicked off now. But anyway, let's put the mic around here. Otherwise, you just get crap audio for the whole thing. Let's shift it around. There we go. So yes, Belgium are kicked off now, just knocking it around quite nicely at the moment. Different lineup for Belgium. If you haven't seen already Belgium's team, no Thorgan Hazard today. Doku's playing, no Mounier, no Vertonghen. A lot of players who played originally aren't in the team, but you got Kevin De Bruyne back, you got Eden Hazard back, you got Axel Witsel back, you've got a lot of your main man. I'll watch it then. All right, no worries, Oscar, mate. It's on BBC. Why wouldn't have you watched it if it was on ITV? I don't know about that, but yeah. So the team for Belgium is, as much as I can remember, you've got Denier, Alderweireld, I want to say. But you got three centre backs. You've got Courtois in goal. You've got Witsel and De Bruyne in centre mid with Chadley and Trossard as like the right wing back and left wing back. You've got Lukaku as the striker. Doku is like the right mid / right wing. And then Eden Hazard, whatever you want to call him, whatever the commentators want to call him, as like the left mid / left wing. So yeah, Belgium are expected to win this game, obviously, considering their prowess and ranked #1 team in the world. Please tell me how Belgium are the #1 team in the world when they haven't won an international trophy recently. Who won the World Cup? France. Who won the Euros? Portugal. Who won the previous World Cup? Germany. Who won the Euros before that? Wasn't it Spain who won 2012 or 2010 Euros World Cup? If you're watching it live, then I wouldn't have watched it because I would have been behind. Now, if you were watching it, if you were watching it live, then I wouldn't have watched because I would have been. No, I'm not watching. Well, BBC iPlayer is live, but they like to put it like a minute behind, so it's not technically live, which really annoys me because when I do like streams with friends, they have it on normal TV or whatever, and I'm stuck here behind. But this is a monitor, so you don't get TV. So I'm on the PlayStation on BBC iPlayer. But yeah, let's tuck in now already to the mango and passion fruit Lucozade Sport quality one right there. It's weird because it's like it tastes artificial, but not artificial, where it's utter rubbish. And it's not like it tastes like mango and passion fruit. It does what it says on the tin. If you could say that. I know it's not the tin, but you know what I mean. And what's that? Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. Right, that you got me there. You got me there, Oscar. But anyway, it's back into the game. Witsel passes it into who is that defender right there? Give me 2 seconds, guys. That defender is. I can't be bothered to check. I'll just when I see his name, I'll let you guys know. Oh gosh, keep on moving it around. All right, so Finland are on the ball at the moment, knocking it around quite nicely. I can't read out their names. I don't know half their team. Bar team of Pukki and the goalkeeper. But Finland just passing it around quite nicely at the moment, keeping tempo going. Belgium aren't pressing. Belgium have just sat in, waiting for the ball. De Bruyne was thinking, what's going on here? When I'm playing at Man City, we never give them team a moment's rest on the ball. We just constantly at them the whole game. But yeah, it is a different scenario, completely different altogether. But yeah, Finland playing well so far, knocking it around quite nicely. Belgium, they did have the ball earlier on. They were creating chances. Boyata, that is the one. No Anthony Joshua today then. No Anthony Joshua today. I didn't have a bottle. I went to the cupboard, pulled out. This isn't sponsored by anyone, so it's just mango and passion fruit. So yeah, but no Anthony Joshua today. Finland just knocking it around nicely at the moment. I would say that again and again because Finland aren't doing anything. They're just passing it around. If you ever play FIFA, I'm sure most of you have, you pass the ball around and you try and keep possession. But in the end, FIFA go, no, you can't pass it around anymore. And your player, it's a simple 5-yard pass. He's been knocking around 40, 50-yard passes for the last 5 minutes in game time. And then 10 minutes if you're at push. And then he just passes it straight to the opposition because FIFA don't like you to keep possession. And it is basically a counter-attacking game. On any game mode, you probably score most of your goals through counters as opposed to quick pass and intricate play. 2-foot Brexit could win the Euros. They could win the Euros. Oscar, mate, that Pro Clubs team that I was in, I wasn't necessarily the main man, but I was a key, pivotal part of the team. We got to Division 1 in the end. And we could win the Euros. We would absolutely smash these teams out of the park. You've got Ashwin in attack. You've got Roundabout in the left-back position. You've got Big Wood up front as well. You've got Chewbacca. I used to want to call him. I can't remember what I want to call him. But yeah, I think it was. I don't know what it is. It was Chewbacca and something. But yeah, you've got a range of talent in the team. But yeah, or third, second best player. Who's the third or second best player? Oh, Belgium are a good side, but not number one in the world. Tell me who you think is the best team in the world. Personally, for me, it's France. Yes, they drew against Hungary the other day, which was a very good result for Hungary. Not good for France, but I still think they're the best side in the world. Look at the quality they've got on their team, and obviously they won the most recent tournament. So yeah, that proves my point even further. Germany turned up against Portugal was a surprise result right there, considering I thought Portugal would not wipe the floor with Germany, but win convincingly, maybe 3-1 or something. No, they didn't. They got turned over by Germany. They went 1-0 up, and then they conceded 4, and then scored 1 later on. Oh, same as player, you and Joe Close. All right, yeah, fair enough. I'll let you off there, Oscar, mate. You are probably... Oh, Eden Hazard's almost in. Yeah, you are probably the best player. But you've got to have defenders. I was a left back. Joe was more of an attacking player, but yeah, I know what you're saying there. Anyway, Courtois into Jan Vertonghen. Vertonghen, yeah, keeping the Finn. I want to get a thing. If you want to get StreamYard Premium, not if you want to, if I want to get StreamYard Premium, it's going to cost me a bit of money. But I can get overlays. And if I get a wonderful overlay on this screen right here, I'm looking at right now, I can get the score Finland 0, Belgium 0, as opposed to a little ticking banner along the bottom, which isn't as professional. But, you know, StreamYard Pro is quite a lot of money. It's like 250 quid a year, I pretty much want to say. And I don't have those P's at the moment. But bearing in mind, I could, there's a big could, switch my streaming app altogether. There is an app called Restream. I had a look at it, and it was free. And you didn't have this year only have 20 hours of streaming a month. And let me go up there, check this. Better not cut my stream out because I have used my 20 hours of streaming. Oh, no, add account. Don't be stupid, Zach. Get off that. Get off of it. Your channel videos. So, basically, if Big Farage, Bojo, Cameron were bricks. Yeah, they were. They were a solid centre-back partnership. But basically, in the last month, I have streamed. When did I stream? Oh, you just heard me then. All right, when I streamed Bournemouth-Brentford, it was May the 17th. So that doesn't count as this month. So in this month, I've done 2, 4. Yeah, I'm fine for the stream. Don't worry, it shouldn't cut out halfway through unless we have a Wi-Fi connection or StreamYard gets cyber attacked or whatever. But other than that, it should be fine. AV was good in goal. He was too good. This is a bit out of context, Oscar, for anyone else that is listening. But he's basically going through the Pro Clubs team. The Finland bloke fouls the Belgian player. Now, Boyata, that's what I guess his name is, Oscar. Does he have like a ponytail? Yeah, he is. It is because Vermaelen's the other one. All right, anyway, Kevin De Bruyne's got the ball. He passes it into the Finland player. Poor pass there from one of the best players in world football. Chadley wins it back nicely into Thomas Vermaelen. Vermaelen's Axel Witsel. Axel Witsel driving at the fence. Plays it out wide to Deny, who's almost taken up that right wing back role at the moment. He cuts back, plays it into Boyata, into Thomas Vermaelen. Belgium playing the ball very slowly at the moment. But yeah. Oh, De Bruyne is giving it away again. Maybe he wants to move him. Anyway, Hazard picks it up, tries and flicks it back to Lukaku, but the Finland player retrieves the ball. Finland player tackles well, and he cuts through. Vermaelen tries to go on a hard. Finland playing well at the moment, knocking it around nicely. Under pressure from the Belgium squad. But they keep the ball, retaining possession, and are going forward very nicely here, Finland. To be honest, as long as De Bruyne gets me fantasy points, I couldn't be asked what the score is in this game. And it would be nice for Finland to go through, along with Denmark and Belgium. So, what's Jake said here? Did you hear that Mount and Chilwell have to isolate because they were in contact with Gilmore? Oh, really? Oh, what? Because at the end of the game, they had their arms around them and stuff. So if that's true, if Mount and Chilwell have to isolate, I don't know whether that's a big loss for England with Chilwell. Yes, Chilwell is a quality player, but you've got Luke Shaw, you've got Kieran Trippier, but there's no one quite like Mason Mount in her team because he offers something going forward, but also defensively. If you look at Foden, everyone raves that Foden should play in midfield, but is he that good defensively? Not really. Is Grealish that good defensively? Not really. So Mount offers so much more, and he would be a big loss for next game. But personally, I don't even know if I had him in my starting 11 against Czech Republic. I think I would go with a bit of Declan Rice, Jordan Henderson, and Jude Bellingham myself. I think that offers good balance right there because you've got Declan Rice, you can just sit in front of the defence. You've got Henderson and Bellingham as like the number 8s. They're creative, especially Bellingham. Well, to be fair, especially Henderson as well. Hard-working Henderson. He's experienced, but also Bellingham's got he's young. He's got a bit of pace about him. He's physical, his height, his presence in the midfield. I think that midfield could play a lot better than the midfield the other day. But yeah, that is a big loss. And poor Gilmore with his gotten COVID, which is not good. And also Chilwell Mount. You can't blame them though because they didn't expect that. They didn't suspect that. Footballers getting coronavirus seems to have greatly taken a downward trajectory recently because you don't see it was too many players. But I guess it's just the way it is globally right now. There's not as many people. Let's just say that. But anyway, look at the sponsors around the side. I keep on seeing the same sponsors. Don't know half of them, but like the one for the scoreboard is called Hisense. That is or something like that. Is a TV brand if you're wondering. Anyway, Finland on the attack here. Ball into Timo Pukki. Loses the ball. Doku tries to turn De Bruyne. Picks it up in his own box. He's being pressed. He drives. Tries to play it. Well, good ball into Doku. He holds him off. Tries and skips past one player. Still retains possession into Axel Witsel. Witzel's got time. Plays it out to Eden Hazard. Driving. Plays it out to Chadley. Cuts down to almost to the byline. Whips the ball in. Doku comes around the back stick. Headed clear. Ooh. Denier heads it straight to Doku again, but the Finland player clear. And the Finland are defending well in the opening 11, 12 minutes. Belgium really haven't had a sniff. Neither of Finland, though. But Finland are, what are they? One of the worst teams on paper in the tournament, along with North Macedonia. And they have played well so far. Pukki there, though. His touch let him down. Because it was a bit loose. But then to be fair to him, he could have still easily got past De Bruyne, but De Bruyne tracking back, doing his defensive duties like he does for Man City sometimes, and taking the ball off Pukki. But yeah, he was going to strike it down, I reckon. But he's almost nestled that in the bottom or top corner. Yeah, Finland playing it around nicely at the moment. A bit of pressure from Belgium. Lukaku and Doku closing the centre backs, but Finland play through the press. But this passing's too slow. Yes, they've sort of played their way through at the moment, but if you want to get through this Belgium team, you've got to play quickly. Yeah, you haven't got Vertonghen there, so the defenders are going to be a bit faster, a bit more nimble. But with any game, you've got to play the ball around quickly, and that's what England lacked considerably the other day against Scotland. Anyway, Doku's got the ball, plays it out to Trossard, the Brighton player, into Kevin De Bruyne, back out to Eden Hazard, who was drifted over to the right-hand side. De Bruyne, there's no one over on that side of the pitch now, but he's slowly moving back over there. Trossard out on the right-hand side, cuts back onto his left foot, plays it to De Bruyne on his right. De Bruyne whips the ball in, straight into the goalkeeper's gloves. But that is what you see De Bruyne do a lot, is that first time ball in, not even a touch, and it usually lands on the head of a striker for Man City, or whoever they play up front nowadays. Who do you reckon? Apparently I've heard rumours Man City have made a bid for Harry Kane, so it shows they're not going in for Haaland, which is, I don't know what you could take from that, because personally, I think Kane at the moment is a better striker than Erling Haaland. He's bar pace, I would say, every other attribute, maybe bar pace and dribbling. His finishing's better. I think he's more two-footed. Well, I haven't really seen Haaland shoot on his weak foot. Also, he is passing as well. And also, Man City are a very passing side. They like to play a lot of tiki-taka football. So I think Kane better suit their system. He isn't nimble, though. And so he's not turning in and out. And I don't know how good he would be at playing a false 9 role, because yes, he drops deep for Spurs, but they're all a bit different in the way the top teams play, don't they? We have done indeed. Oh yeah, so what are your opinions on that, Jake? Do you think you're happy with Kane for 100 million reports, or would you rather put a bid on Haaland or wait next summer for Haaland? The thing is going for Haaland over Kane, obviously, is age. Kane's in his peak years. Haaland's what, 20, 21? He's got 10 years at the top still, easily. So it shows you that maybe Man City are going more for the now or more for possibly. You've got to think, if they're thinking they're getting Kane now, does Pep want to win the Champions League with City and thinks because Kane's a better player now, or I want to buy him now to win the Champions League? Because although Haaland's good now, I don't want to wait 5 years for him to hit his peak, so then we have a better chance of winning the Champions League, if you know what I'm trying to say. Because who knows how long Pep's going to stay there for. I don't think he'll be there in 5 years. Maybe another 2-3 more seasons at the most. But then who else would he go to? Would he retire? De Bruyne has played in Romelu Lukaku. Lukaku's in on his left foot. Drags it narrowly by the post. That is why Belgium are the best team in the world on paper in the attacking sense. But he's off. What I mean in the attacking sense, you look at France. They have Mbappe. They have Ousmane Dembele, Giroud, Griezmann, Benzema. 5 really good attackers there. Obviously, none of them are as top attackers. Maybe Mbappe, Benzema, possibly Griezmann, but obviously Dembele and Giroud, not exactly elite forwards, but they are very good forwards in their own right. Belgium just have an abundance of attacking qualities, and it's not just the main lot that you can look at. If you count De Bruyne, look at their creative / goal scoring players. So you've got Kevin De Bruyne, Romelu Lukaku, Eden Hazard, Thorgan Hazard, Dries Mertens, Yannick Carrasco, and Doku. Don't tell me that is not probably the best forward line in the world. Easily. Like, yes, Lukaku, Hazard, De Bruyne are the only real world-class talents in that front three. But if you have Carrasco, Mertens, Doku, and I forgot the guy. What's his name? Carrasco, Mertens, Doku, and Thorgan Hazard. Yeah, if you have those 4 as well, what more can I say? But you've also got to look at Germany. I don't think their attack isn't as good as France or Belgium, but Havertz, Werner, Sané, Gnabry, Müller. 5 good attackers there. And obviously England, you've got Sancho, Foden, Rashford, Sterling, Kane, Mount, if you want to say, Grealish. That's 7 creative attacking players. But once again, I don't think they're the same quality as the other ones, if you know what I'm trying to say. But Germany's midfield, really, really strong. Arguably the strongest midfield. Yes, France's midfield has got Pogba and Kante. Probably the best 2 as a 2 in midfield out of any national side in the world, let alone the Euros. But if you look at depth, Germany have got Goretzka, Kroos, Kimmich, Emre Can, if you want to include in there, Gundogan. There's already 5 top-class midfielders there. Gundogan, Kroos, Kimmich, Goretzka, 4 ones that would get into most teams in world football. But let's see what Jake has to say. I have to say, we could pay the 100 million and maybe add a player into the deal too. But I would rather Haaland next summer. But I think Chelsea will have him before then. So in other words, you're saying you'd rather have Haaland over Kane at Man City, but pay the 100 million, but maybe add a player to the deal. So you're on about paying 100 million for Kane, and you don't think that would be enough, so you add a player on, or you want about paying 100 million for Haaland and adding a player on. But yeah, I don't know whether Chelsea will have Haaland. Yes, there's speculation of Haaland moving to Chelsea, and Abramovich spending big amounts of money this summer. But the problem is with that is that how many forwards have Chelsea got, especially strikers? Tammy Abraham, Giroud, Werner, 3 strikers. Havertz can play striker. You've got yourself Pulisic. You've got yourself Ziyech. You've got yourself Mason Mount. You've got yourself Hudson-Odoi. There's bound to be another. There's 8 attackers there who could get into most Prem teams. And then you want to chuck him in there as well? Yes, he's moving to the European champions, which is obviously a big pull. But I don't know why. Yeah, he would walk into the team, but you just upset the morale of the other players. You'd have to clear some out first. And obviously, if he goes to Man City, his granddad played there. Was it his dad? Granddad or dad is one of those 2 played there. Also, they're looking for a striker. So you're going to slot into the Man City team as a striker week in, week out. When at Chelsea, yes, you are as well. But there's arguably more competition for that number 9 spot. Because you never know. You might fail in the Premier League. At Man City, I feel like he'd be given a bit more leeway due to their options. And also, I think Man City are a better team than Chelsea. Yes! Before anyone starts having a go at me in the comments or in the chat or anyway, Chelsea beat Man City countless times this season in individual games. But personally, I think Man City's squad, and especially starting 11, is better overall. Yes, there's a few exceptions of who could get in there. You might chuck Kante in the Man City team. You might put Reece James in there, maybe Ben Chilwell, maybe Rudiger. There is options and mostly defenders, despite the fact Man City's defence has been really good. But you're talking as a whole squad, I think City's team is better. And also I think Haaland would go there with bigger aspirations for the future, because you never know with Chelsea. They don't hold on to their managers for too long. Let's just say that Tuchel leaves 2-3 years. Is Chelsea going to be on the downward trajectory and will Haaland have to move again? Could he stay at Man City for his whole career? Personally, I'd rather Man City sign Kane over Haaland. For the reason only that I'd rather them sign Kane over Haaland is that if they go in for Harry Kane and buy him successfully, he's already played in the Premier League, so teams already got part with him week in, week out. Yes, he's playing in a better team with Man City over Tottenham, but teams know what he's about, and also his age. So he's not going to be at that level for another maybe 3-4 more years at the most before he starts to decline a bit. What's that? Lukaku's on the attack here, almost plays it through to Hazard, but the ball wasn't the best. But Hazard applauds him. He's happy with that. But yeah, what was I saying? So I don't want City to sign Haaland. I want them all to go to the Spanish clubs, really. Obviously not both, or any club that isn't in the Premier League, because then you have to put up with them week in, week out. Yes, if Haaland, Kane, or even Kylian Mbappe go to any of the Premier League teams, it strengthens them considerably. And it makes the league better, makes it a more watchable league, makes it maybe more enjoyable for other fans. But when you've got to come up against them week in, week out, then you really don't want them to be in the Premier League. That's part of the fact one already is in the Premier League. But what was I doing? Oh yeah, paying 100 million for Kane and adding someone. Yeah, I think that would be quite good, to be fair, for you. But the problem is with adding him as well is that he's a good striker. Don't get me wrong, but would Tottenham rather have like 130-40 million in cash as opposed to him and 100 million? But then at the same time, you could say he is worth 30, 40, maybe 40 million. Let's say 40 million in itself, maybe even 50. And then you add that onto the 100 million you're giving. That is a decent deal there. So yeah, I can see what you're saying there. But I'm guessing, Jake, you'd rather have Kane over Haaland, which fair enough. If you want better chance of winning the Champions League now, I think you sign Kane. But if you want maybe more Champions Leagues in the future, I think Haaland's the route. Because I think he probably end up becoming a better player than Harry Kane and Haaland. But De Bruyne has dribbled his way through. He's to the byline, cuts it back. It's almost in the back of the net, but the Finland player clears. That was brilliant there from Kevin De Bruyne. Went through about 3 or 4 Finland players, got right to the byline, and then played it into the box. And the Finland player, I thought he tapped it into his own net. But it was close. Anyway, Axel Witsel picks up here. He's on the edge of the box. He drives it, but straight into the goalkeeper's gloves. There hasn't been too much in the game so far. It's almost like the teams are just starting to get through each other. But Kevin De Bruyne there. Brilliant skill from the lad. Going past several players. And, that could have been an own goal. It went, the Finland player put a block on it and it bounced off the goalkeeper's head. So take what you can from that. But it could have been an own goal. But then in the end, they booted it clear with his feet. So, yeah. Witsel plays it into Eden Hazard. Poor touch, but was it a poor pass? Finland on the attack now. Driving through the midfield. No options going forward with Finland. That's the problem. They've got 3 attackers that are loitering. Well, 2 strikers, really, and the left wing back. But the problem is that they're not really making runs and they're more on the left-hand side of the pitch. Welcome, Lucas, mate. Welcome to the stream. Oh, is Timo Pukki in? Is he in? Oh, the ball was played over the top there, and I didn't even think it was Timo Pukki. No, it wasn't Timo Pukki, but he got between the 2 defenders very nicely there and could have slotted it away if the ball got to him, which he could have, obviously. But yeah, so far, not too much has gone on. Belgium created chances, Finland created chances, but no one's profited from it so far. When am I making the Premier League FPL edition team? So I'm going to make that team when I'm allowed to, because if you go on the Premier League app at the moment, which is just on my phone here, you can't pick your team yet. So what I've going to decide to do is that when I can, I'll probably either live stream and then, yeah, that's actually quite a good idea. I might live stream when I can choose my team for the FPL season. As you see, prices have been revealed. Prices have been revealed so far. But yeah, I'll do a live stream. I'll go on there. I'll get it up on the computer and we'll go through and choose my team for the new season. And then you guys can put in players who you think could be good, and then we can discuss good options. We'll do it as a live stream as opposed to a YouTube video, because then we can discuss with you guys. And it's a bit easier than trying to create a YouTube video. But yeah, we will do a lot of FPL stuff, especially after the Euros, when that stuff has come to a close. And we'll probably know more about players coming into the Premier League that could be good options, and players that have left the Premier League that were initially good options. And obviously, there's bound to be movement of maybe not big names, well, maybe a few big names, but players in and around Premier League teams. Enough talking for a moment, Zach. My voice is getting dry, but I have drank about half of this. And yeah, I know we're 25 minutes into the game, but I haven't been guzzling on this like some blooming horse at a trough or something, have I? So yeah, we're just going to have another little sip of this, refresh myself. Belgium, 59% possession to Finland's 41 so far. So yeah, not a surprise there. Lukaku, is he on? Is he off? He's off. Lukaku, this game hasn't really done much. Last game hasn't really done much. But obviously, you can't say he's lost his mojo. Let's be real. Romelu Lukaku, top season in Serie A, scored 2 in his first game. It's the same with Hazard. I don't think he's lost his mojo either. Same with Harry Kane. Same with Phil Foden, Jack Grealish, Mason Mount. You could critique these players because they're not turning up in big games, but not everyone turns up every game week in, week out today. Charlie Boyce, how you doing, mate? Oh, how you doing? Don't even know who you are. You might be someone I know, but I don't think you are. But yeah, welcome to the stream. Belgium versus Finland at this moment in time. 0-0 at the moment. Hasn't been too much going on so far. Just Belgium and Finland almost like feeling each other out so far. That sounds a bit weird, but they haven't really created too many chances, the pair of them. But yeah, a hefty challenge there on the Belgian player from the Finland one. Trossard seemed to be tracking back all the way back to almost like the right back position. Oh no, he's going in for the ball. Yeah, that was a clear foul. I don't know what the Finland man was appealing for. He's going like this. I haven't touched him. He clearly took the man, didn't take any of the ball. But yeah, Denar at the moment. What is centre back he's become, considering wasn't he at Man City not too long ago and wasn't really getting anywhere. But yeah, not too much going on at the moment in the game. That's why we have been talking. Now just around the sub. All right, welcome to the stream, Trying to mate. I like how you subbed. And I see you're a Liverpool fan as well. If I look at that, yeah, well then you're a Liverpool fan. I like that too. But yeah, not too much going on so far in this game. We've just been talking, if you're new to the stream, been talking about transfer speculation over Harry Kane, Erling Haaland, stuff like that. We've been talking about that in the comments. And any other transfers you think is going to happen this summer? Do you think Mbappe is going to move? Personally, not, because of Real Madrid, Barcelona not having very much money. And I don't think he's going to move to Liverpool. Once again, not having much money. And also the wage structure and also Salah and Mane look like they're going to stay. So I don't think he's going to move to there. Like I said, not Real or Barca. He wouldn't move to Bayern Munich. Wouldn't move to Man City. I think they'd be in for a Haaland or a Kane. And I think he's going to stay at PSG for another year or two. But they don't want to run his contract down, because if his contract's going to run down and he's going to leave on a free, I think most clubs in Europe would be in for him. Yes, wages is the only thing that would stop them, but a lot of clubs would be in for him. 116 subs now. Yes, mate, we are growing nicely. I'm liking this. I'm liking the growth of subs recently. We've had a lot more people come to the channel. Yeah, we've had. I like it when random people come on the channel, because a lot of people might have been recommended from other people, which is good. Don't get me wrong. Some are friends, some are not. But when you get people who discover you and want to stay and subscribe, I respect that and I rate that. I like that a lot. But yeah, I've been at my dad's for the past week. I haven't had my setup. I thought I'm not going to stream the England game tomorrow. Probably not. I'll be around my mate's house. I thought I'll do this game tonight, and then I'll probably do one in the next few days. I've got busy next few days, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, we'll do some more streams for the Euros, especially in the knockout stages, which is going to be very exciting. A lot of big teams will be going through, and also some teams may not be going through. Croatia might not go through. One of these three in this group, either Finland, Denmark, or Russia, might not go through, so you never know. I found you from different YouTubers' reactions. Oh, yeah. Basically, I want to talk about it real fast. My reaction to the Alisson video got loads of views, loads of likes, and I respect that. And I respect all the people who enjoyed it. But a lot of people seem to think it was fake, because it wasn't the most nuts reaction. And I'll tell you something real fast. Anyone out there? My goal reactions, they may seem like they're not nuts and I'm not that happy, but I am. I'm just more shocked over anything. Like, if a goal went in for a Liverpool player, it's a really good goal, I'll celebrate like nuts. But not as much as some people, because I'm more shocked, and I don't know why. I don't go nuts. Maybe at a football ground I might, but I don't know why. I go nuts, but not nuts compared. I might stop saying nuts, but I go nuts, but not nuts compared to some of the people you've probably seen for Alisson's reaction. One of my classmates got COVID, so I'm home now. Eek, that is not good, Lucas, mate. That is not good. So you're home for 10 days. you've got to entertain yourself somehow. So I think you should watch some of the FPL skills live streams to entertain yourself, and some of the Euros on TV, which is now Belgium, Finland. But yeah, England play tomorrow. Sure, everyone will be watching that. Sat around their screens, wanted England to win. Unless some people don't like England, which I don't really blame them, because a lot of Liverpool fans, yes, I am a Liverpool fan, but a lot of Liverpool fans don't like England due to various reasons. Well, I won't go into many of them. It's a bit complicated, but yeah, they don't really like Liverpool, and more Scotland, because there's a lot of people from Scotland who have moved to Liverpool and stuff. So yeah, but the majority of England, even the people who don't actually give a crap about club football, seem to get behind the team. So they better perform. Doku's in here, and what I don't even know what that was. It wasn't a shot. It wasn't a pass. It was just awfulness. He almost drove it into the ground, just bombarded along. Oh, shit. Welcome to the stream, Charlie. Wait, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? But yeah, if you saw me from the Anderson reaction video, I respect that. Yes, I won the most nuts reaction, but I am a real Liverpool fan. Some people called me fake Liverpool fans, which affected me not very well, because I supported Liverpool pretty much all my life. Well, the thing is with football, I've always liked football. When I was younger, I used to play football for a team when I was like 7, 8, and then I quit. And then I started playing football for a team when I was about 11, 12. And it's the same with watching football, really. Like when I was back in when Suarez was there at Liverpool about nearly 10 years ago now, I used to go to the pub with my dad. I used to watch the football games, but I'd only go to the pub with my dad and watch the football games there. I wouldn't watch them anywhere else. I wouldn't keep up to date with stuff, but I guess I was young then. And then maybe what I would say 16, 17. Well, all right, let's say from 2015, I started getting more into football, keeping up with the scores. And then maybe from that season or the 17-18 season, I started watching football regularly. So probably about 4 or 5 seasons now, Liverpool, like every game. Probably 4, I'd say every game. And then I've watched Liverpool over the last 10 years spontaneously, but yeah, more in recent seasons. And obviously, I've used to watch the World Cup, 2014 World Cup. In what was that, Brazil? And then obviously the Euros in 2016. But no, 2012 and stuff, I didn't catch me in football then. But I've always loved football. And then obviously my love for it has grown over the years in a variety of different ways, leading me to create this YouTube channel for FPL, because I like FPL. I haven't played it that long. I'm not the most experienced guy in the game, but I just like to play it. All right, let's stop talking. I could go on for ages, but I need to stop and rest my voice for a minute. So if you join the stream now, I'm not a non-talker stream. I don't just sit there staring at the screen like this and don't chat. I'm just having a rest, okay? All right, I got to talk a little bit. Trossard just blasted it over the bar there. He turned quickly onto his left foot. Wasn't really narrowly over the bar. It's a few feet over the bar, actually. But yeah, it was a good shot from him there. We gained some subscribers to the stream, which I like. Charlie Boyce. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, but he's a Liverpool fan as well. I like that. And obviously, we've gained a few more subs as well. Wow. Oh. Just then, I had a little Wi-Fi sign up here next to the 3 of viewers. Only 3, I know it's disappointing, but I respect you 3 viewers. I had a Wi-Fi sign next to it. And I was like, oh, crap. Don't tell me the Wi-Fi is going to cut out. That would be really convenient Wi-Fi. But no, luckily, it stayed on, which is always lovely to have. And also, if you've seen what I've done with the thumbnail, obviously, you clicked on this video. Probably due to the beautiful thumbnail I have created. I got the players a bit more bigger and in your face, because before you had the little profile pictures. They were there like this. But now you've got hand movements, arm movements, you've got all this jazz, all this stuff. And then they're promoting the video even more, or in this case, obviously, live stream. But yeah, this first half's been pretty dull affair. To be honest, you'd probably rather be on here. You're not exactly missing an absolute... what do you want to call it? An absolute... can't think of the word now. Absolute spectacle. An absolute wonderful game. You're not missing that because you're on the stream. Yeah, you're not really missing anything at all. They're having a drinks break at the moment. Chadley's got his orange squash. Maybe some of Lucas Aid mango and passion fruit. For all we know, it could be. And then they look like they're ready to go back out now. It's coming home. I like the fun now. Thank you, Matt. I respect that. Yeah. The thumbnails, I make them on an app called Fonto, if any of you guys are wondering. It's like I make a lot of the thumbnails for every video on there. It's pretty simple to use. Probably upgrade in the future if the channel gets bigger, but at the moment, I just find it pretty easy to use. I can do it on my iPad, do it on my phone. So yeah, that's what I do there. Just replaying the De Bruyne chance, which could have almost been an own goal. In another circumstance, that would have got in, but the keeper got in the way, nick of time from the thing. And it's coming home. Is it coming home? I thought it said it's coming home. No. I don't want to be a pessimist, but it's not coming home. If we can't, I know it's one game, but if we can't score a goal against Scotland, bar Tierney and Robertson, Scotland's, right, Tierney and Robertson world class, Tierney up there as a top defender as well. Bar them, Scotland's defence isn't littered with absolute units and tanks ready to wipe the England attackers out. Also, we didn't even create chances. Fair enough. If we create chances the whole game, if we were constantly peppering their goal, if we were constantly shooting, the keeper was saving, if we were constantly pressing, but if we weren't doing any of that. The first 20-ish minutes, Foden had Foden had a chance? No, it was Mount who had a chance but narrowly past the post. Kane lunging for it, just missed. Obviously, you had Stones' header, which hit the post. But bar that, we didn't create anything. Also, with Southgate, don't know why I like Sterling so much, let's be real. The only valid argument I can give for Southgate for keeping Sterling on the pitch is, keeping Sterling on the pitch, I mean, playing him the whole game, is experience, because the squad lacks that a lot at the moment. He doesn't play Henderson. Yes, it could be fitness related, but personally, I'd rather have Henderson, Declan Rice in the DM, Henderson and Bellingham in the number 8 for next game, because I think that midfield offers creativity, defensive stability, leadership, work rate. It's everything you want in the midfield with those three, especially if Mount can't play. Lukaku, ooh, Haradaki claims that pretty easily in his gloves from a good ball over from Kevin De Bruyne, that little dink pass. But yeah, and then the front three is going to be Grealish. No, it's not going to be Grealish. I want it to be Grealish. Yes, he came on at 65th minute the other day, and he didn't do much at all. But what you got to think about Grealish and what he offers is, look at the team he plays in. He plays in Aston Villa's team. Yes, it is a good team. They've got Matt Targett, Tyrone Mings, Ollie Watkins, John McGinn. They have got quality players, but their team isn't exactly world class and is going to win the Premier League next season. They might actually win it. You never know. But yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. And he pretty much carries that team. You saw about 10 games last season when he wasn't playing, the considerable drop off in Villa's attacks. So yeah, I think he's got to start for England. He's one of the best players in the league, in my opinion, probably top 5. And yeah, he's got to start for England, along with Jadon Sancho. The guy doesn't just score goals. He's got double figures for both goals and assists this season. And what have we been crying out for? Harry Kane to score a goal. But yes, Harry Kane hasn't been playing very well and hasn't put away the chances he's had. But has he really had that many chances? No. So if you get Sancho and Grealish on the pitch, you could create more chances. And what really annoys me as well is Sancho hasn't even played a minute of football yet at this tournament, and somehow Raheem Sterling plays nearly a full 180 minutes. Yes, he has scored our only goal this tournament. That is another thing. We just can't score at the moment. Our defense is pretty decent, but we can't score. Is that he doesn't do anything. He doesn't do much. He needs to start Grealish. Yes, he does. I want to see him give Sam higher chance. Sancho. Yes, mate. I agree with you there. 100%. Both of you, I agree. As I've just rambled on there about both of them, he needs to start Grealish and Sancho. You can't. I don't know how he cannot. If we're not scoring goals, and if I don't see Sancho in the starting 11 next game, I'll be very, very disappointed, because if you scored 1 goal in 2 games with the amount of quality players we have in attack, there is a problem. And if those quality players, in their own right, Foden, Sterling, Rashford has played a little bit, Kane obviously, those 4 players right there, in their own right, top, excellent forwards. But if it's not working, you've got to switch it around. Grealish should start from the get-go tomorrow. He only was on for, 25 minutes the other day. Didn't really do much, but not every player is going to hit the ground running straight away. Maybe a bit rusty, hasn't played too much football recently. Also, it's hard to ease your way into a game where the team isn't playing well. If you jump onto the pitch, the team's playing well, but obviously you want to bring Grealish on to change the game. So you kind of expected them to do a bit better. But bar that, he should start. And obviously Sancho. I've raved about him for the last 10 minutes. He should start. Along with Kane up front. Because I think if Kane gets the service, there's no striker in world football, arguably, who can put the chances away that he does. He's clinical. Left foot, right foot, header, whatever you want. And he's really good at passing. So if he wants to be the other way around, if he wants to play through Sancho, play through Grealish to score a goal, he can easily do that too and has the capabilities. They're advertising takeaway around the ground at this moment in time. Takeaways. What has the world come to? We're not, no home-cooked foods, no healthy foods. It's always takeaway.com. Just Eat. Blimmin'. I don't know, but to be honest, I didn't have the Domino's this evening, so I can't really say too much about takeaways, but they are nice. You drink this, go. Sounds like some, I don't know. But anyway, I downloaded the Premier League app, so I'm ready to pick my team after the Euros. Well done, mate. I respect that, and you can join the league when I create it. But yeah, we'll do a live stream where I discuss what players I'm going to pick. I don't know when it is because that's when we can pick our team. And then you guys can come on and chat with me and we'll go through some stuff. And what are my thoughts on Ivan Toney? So, I am a Liverpool fan. That is my first team. But my second team is Bournemouth. In other words, they're the team that is my local side. My dad lives near Bournemouth. He's lived around... they almost scored Belgium. But Doku there. But yeah, my dad's lived around Bournemouth area pretty much all his life. And I've obviously gone down there quite a lot to see my dad. Well, loads of times. So I have a soft spot for Bournemouth, and in the playoffs, it didn't go well. If you didn't know already, Bournemouth did not go through, and that was a lot down to Brentford, and I just didn't like Brentford players. Their manager, he taps his watch like this the whole game. He's going like this. He's going, the moment a Bournemouth player takes more than 8 seconds, or something stupid like that, if he takes longer than that to take a throw, and the manager's going, I just wanted to go like this to him. Also, another thing that really annoyed me about the Brentford team is they're a dirty team. And I know that is a good trait to have for a team, sliding in late, getting on the other side of players, trying to almost like aggravate the opposition so then they put in hard challenges and get players sent off, which Metham did. But that wasn't due to a hard challenge. That was due to Metham's poor touch. And then obviously I think it was Mbembe, sorry, I can't pronounce his name, was going to go through and score. And then, yeah, anyway, let's get back to the question that you asked me, Charlie, mate. What are my thoughts on Ivan Toney? Well, I think he's a good striker. Don't get me wrong. The stats show itself. 30 goals in the championship, or 31 or whatever, isn't a record in the championship. Most goals scored in the championship season. But I think he's a bit of a one-trick pony, if you ask me. Like, if I haven't watched enough of him really to make a fair judgment on him, but what I've seen from him is if he can finish chances, don't get me wrong, right foot, left foot header, but he doesn't offer much. Like, he's almost a bit, his passing's not that great. He only really, like, if he doesn't score a goal, I don't think he offers as much to the team. I could be completely wrong. I don't watch Brentford week in, week out. What I've seen from him, yes, it's a good trick to have, scoring 30 goals in the championship season, but he doesn't, I don't know what it is. I feel like he's very limited. It's a bit like Riyad Mahrez. Riyad Mahrez, really good player, but what does he do? Cut on his left foot. That is, if he doesn't cut on his left foot, he's not as effective. And this, you could say the same for Salah. You could say the same for, I don't know, a lot of forwards, but I still think Salah and stuff offer more than like some Mahrez do. So I think he's a pretty one-dimensional player, Ivan Toney, but obviously he is a good goal scorer. Let's just say that. And would I be picking him for my FPL? I'll get to that. He looks like Mignolet, the fan. But yeah, I want to pick him for my team because I feel like he'd be a good budget player. I think he'd be about 6.5 million if the prices for him haven't already been revealed. And also, he's going to start for Brentford and he's a good goal scorer. So, and also, he's a budget enabler. So if you bring Ivan Toney in, you can bring in more valuable assets in your team. But I just dislike him, really. I don't know why. He's a bit of a moaner. What Begovic did after Tony's penalty was stupid, though. He needed to calm down. Yeah, to be honest, he did. If you didn't know, Begovic took the penalty. And then... No, sorry. Ivan Toney took the penalty. I don't know why I'm going out there. Ivan Toney took the penalty. Begovic Obviously, he conceded the penalty. And when Ivan Toney went to go grab the ball to place it back on the penalty spot, Begovic pulled it off of him. Then all of a sudden they're on the ground and they're wrestling and all that malarkey and stuff and whatever you want to say there. But yeah, they were doing all of that. And Begovic didn't really need to snatch the ball off Toney, but he was very annoyed because it wasn't a penalty. I would get some photos out, but I'm not going to. But what happened was, so this is my recreation as much as I can. So you had the Brentford player, he was here, he was about to kick the ball in, and Lloyd Kelly slides in 2 feet like this. Obviously, he's winning the ball, he's not going for the man. And his hands are here, and his hands are like this, and the ball comes over, and it touches like this bit of his hand, I'm pretty sure, as the ball comes into the box. And they want to do a penalty. He comes in, he's moving his hands out of the way. Where's he supposed to do? Is he supposed to dive in like this, like he's on some water slide at a theme park? No, he can't do that. So he dives in like this, and his hands are there, and he sees the ball coming for his hands. He moves them out of the way as much as he can do if he doesn't want to dive in like that. And then it touches his hand. Not even touches, probably touches the follicles on his hand or whatever you have on your hand. And then the referee awards the penalty. But a lot of to do with the awarding of the penalty, I think, could have been down to the fans in the ground. Because the Brentford versus Bournemouth game, there was about, 25% full in the Brentford ground. So the moment the ball came in and they saw it touch a bit of Lloyd Kelly's arm or hand, all the Brentford fans were going, the players on the pitch were going, penalty, penalty, penalty. And then the ref goes, and then, yes, I know you shouldn't, as a ref, be part of the fan pressure. You should obviously review the thing yourself. But I don't think there was a VAR. And VAR would have probably overturned it. But then at the same time, VAR don't overturn referees' decisions unless it's an obvious error. So in other words, if there was a foul and the referee didn't give it as a foul, yes, he's going to overturn it and reward it as a foul because the referee made a mistake. But if it's a 50-50, which I don't think was a penalty, and I think the majority of fans would have said no, you can make a case for it. Let's just say that. I don't think they would have overturned it. A bit of a dull first half for this game. Yeah, it is. It is a very dull first half. That's what we've been ranting on about Bournemouth. And now Lloyd Kelly, they expect them to dive in like he's on some theme park water slide, just chilling. No, you got to dive in like a proper player. Like nowadays, players, Lovren in the other game, he jumps up, his elbow hits the Czechoslovakian striker or player in the face. Yes, maybe his elbow is a bit too high, but you use your elbows and your arms for elevation to get up for the header. And he did that, and he accidentally knocked him in the face. What do you expect him to do? Jump with his arms down, lose the header, and then they could concede from it. So I think the game's got a bit soft. And not soft in other words like players should be getting injured more often, but just silly little things like that. He did hurt him, but and other stuff, it's just gone a bit topsy-turvy, let's just say that. Or are they winning? Let's go check this. I'm not going to put the half. Actually, let's put the halftime thing on just for any viewers coming in so they can see it is clearly halftime. There we go. If I hop over to here and we go, give me a second, lads. You probably just see me there looking right at the screen, but I'm just going to try and do something where I look at this in and around the grounds. There we go. So if you hop back over here, gosh, my mouse, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but it's moving along the screen about 800 miles an hour. I don't know if I've tapped a button on it where it's like, but it's just too fast. Moving the mouse. What if I press that button there? No, I don't want to press one of those buttons. Sends. Oh, I don't know what it is. But yeah, it's just moving so fast. Stop screen. There we go, and we'll go back over to here. Stop moving so fast. Let's just press this button here. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to. I'm very annoyed about this. Moving around the screen. Look how fast my mouse moves on the screen. Ready? And that's moving the mouse like not even an inch. But yeah, Mate, back to what I was saying. Stats. Total attempts, 7 for Belgium, 2, I guess I'm assuming that's off target, and 3 on target. Finland have done absolutely nothing so far this game. Possession, Belgium, 60-40. Passing accuracy, Belgium, 89-84. Passes attempted and completed, considerably higher for Belgium. But Finland have covered more ground on the pitch, but you kind of expect that considering Finland have been behind this game. They're going to be running around a lot more. But let's go check the other game, which was just moving around too fast for comfort. I don't know why it's gone around so sensitive. Where is it? Denmark, Russia. So that game is Damsgaard has scored. So if we hop back over here and we click on group. Sorry guys. I'm just really, really triggered with this bloody mouse. It's moving around about 828 miles an hour. So if we go over here in group. So live. As it stands, Belgium are going through, which is obvious. Finland are going through. And so are Denmark with a goal difference of -1 compared to Russia's -3. So as it stands, Belgium and Finland and Denmark. Well, Denmark aren't necessarily going through because obviously you've got to see what is the points total for third place teams. But Finland are going through, considering they were arguably the team that everyone said, no, Finland aren't going through. They're arguably the worst team in the tournament or in the competition. But no, Finland look like they are going through at this moment in time. And then obviously you've got yourselves. Sorry, if I go out the stream now, give me 1 second, I'll be back in. There we go, I'm back in. Basically, I was trying to press a button. I've lost the thing now. Basically, I was trying to press a button on the mouse to see if I could stop this blimmin' sensitive mouse and make it less sensitive, but it didn't work. And unfortunately, I was caught off guard then. But let me go check the audio. Yes, it's coming through the mic. And also, yeah, all right, don't worry. But yeah, that is the halftime score. Finland 0, Belgium 0. What do you think will happen in Group F? Sorry, mate. I don't actually know who's in Group F. Give me a second. Let me share the screen. Hop back over to this. This mouse is too sensitive now. I might have to use the touchpad. I can't deal with that. It's too sensitive. Finland Group F. So let's go to Group. Let's just go home. I think you can see my screen. Yeah, let's go full screen. You gotta go full screen. Let's go down to the bottom half of the comments. So Group F is where's group? Surely there's standings. Groups. So Group A, obviously we know the result of Group A. Group B, that is pending now. Group C, yes, you know the result of Group C. Group D, we'll see that tomorrow. I personally think it probably is going to be England, Czech Republic, and Croatia, but you never know. And then we move over to Group E. Obviously, that is yet to be sorted. And it's a weird group, really, because you expected Spain to absolutely walk that group. But Sweden have arguably been the surprise team of this competition. They picked up a draw against Spain in the opening round, and then they went over and beat Slovakia, I want to say. So, yeah, Sweden played really well. Spain have picked up 2 draws, struggled to score, but at the same time, they haven't really conceded too many goals neither. As you can clearly see there, 1 and 1 against. And obviously, Poland, they've got Lewandowski, top-class striker, but the rest of their team is not really as good. All right, let's move over to Group F. Group F, E, F. There we go. France, Germany, Portugal, and Hungary. Gosh, I'm using the touchpad now, guys, not the mouse, because the mouse triggers me because it's about 800. I don't know. You don't worry about it. But basically, what do you think will happen in Group F? France, Portugal, Germany, Hungary. Personally, I think France, Germany, and Portugal are going to go through. I know it sounds pretty simple. It sounds like the dull answer to have, but that's what I think is going to happen because France play Portugal final day, and I see France winning that. And Germany play Hungary final day. I see Germany winning that. So Germany would finish on 6 points, France on 7, and Portugal on 3. But then would Portugal go through? That is the big question. Personally, I think Portugal are a better side than Germany, but Germany beat them. So take what you can from that. Obviously, France, I think, are the best team in the competition. They're going to probably win it. So, and obviously, Hungary. You know what? Let's have a little talk about Hungary a second. After I have a quick bit of fluid. My voice is going. But basically, the voice is still going at the moment. What I was going to say, a quick talk about Hungary. So, obviously, Group F, France, Germany, Portugal. France won the 2018 World Cup. Germany won the 2014 World Cup. Portugal won Euro 2016. And yes, Hungary is sitting on the bottom of the table with 1 point after 2 games. It doesn't look that good. But Hungary, let's be real. I don't know where Hungary are ranked in the world, but they're probably not in the top 10 or 20 or 30 teams in the world. They managed to get a draw against France, who recently won the World Cup. Portugal, yes, they lost 3-0, but for about 85 minutes of the game, Portugal did not have a sniff in that game. They got lucky later on with a penalty. Well, I say lucky, I mean, they sort of wore Hungary down. But to hold out for 85 minutes against Portugal, only concede 1 against France, and also penetrate. I don't know why I laugh about that. Penetrate France's really strong defence. And also now they've got Germany to play, which obviously maybe they could put up an upset. You don't know. But fair play to Hungary, considering everyone completely said, no, there's no way they're getting absolutely anywhere in this group. And obviously, if they beat Germany and Portugal beat France, let me whip back over there real fast. If they beat Germany, if Hungary beat Germany and Portugal beat France, Germany are out, Hungary finished second, and Portugal, third, Portugal second, and France fourth. So, in other words, Hungary haven't done badly at all, and fair play to them. Fair play to them. But yeah, that's my little chat about Hungary. That's all the groups. Oh, my voice. Are you going to stream the France versus Portugal game then? Let me have a look, Jake, real fast. When is the France versus Portugal game? Because obviously I've got busy next few days, so I don't know. But let's have a quick look. All right, matches. Oh, blimey neck. I go too quickly between my phone. Earlier today, June the 20th. Yeah, we see all this. Just tell me what matches are on tomorrow. There we go. Tomorrow. Here we go. So tomorrow, obviously, is the England versus Czech Republic game and Croatia versus Scotland. Wednesday, 8 o'clock. What's happening on Wednesday at 8 o'clock? I don't think I'm doing anything. So yes, as it stands, I'm going to stream the Portugal versus France game at 8 o'clock on Wednesday, the 23rd of June. But, it's a big but. I might not, because I might be doing something. Because I'm going out one evening, but I might be Thursday. So that should be good there. But yes, I think I'm going to stream that game. If I'm home, I'm 100% streaming that game. Which would be good, because that game there, whoever wins, if France win, they've won the group. If Portugal win, they've won the group. Unless Germany put off. Unless Germany beat Hungary. And it shouldn't be unless Germany beat Hungary, because Germany are obviously favourites against Hungary, but like I said a minute ago, Hungary are a top quality team, considering their circumstances. Let's say here, I don't think they had any chance of getting out of the groups, and I don't think they will. But 1 draw and 1 loss, considering the loss was only late on in the game and the draw was against France, fair play to them. I think the Germans win pretty comfortably on Wednesday. Sorry, Hungary. But yeah, I've drank all my drink. I'm absolutely knackered. My voice is going, but we've got the second half to go still. So we'll see how that goes. And the second half should start now. In a second, so we'll get rid of that bloody little half-time thing. Sorry about that. Get rid of that. There we go. Let's save it. There you go. Finland 0, Belgium 0, and the second half is about to kick off. Give us a minute or two and it kick off. Any questions? Put it in the chat, because I'm interested to hear your opinions on Hungary, other groups. Who do you think is going to go through? Who do you think is going to win the competition? How do you think England are going to do? Any football-related questions, FPL-related questions, because earlier on we were looking at my FPL team. How's it done this week? The leaderboard, etc., etc., etc. Oh yeah, I've got De Bruyne in this game. I totally forgot that first half. I had Kevin. Come on, Kevin. Create me something, Kevin. Create me something. Just don't give it to like Lukaku, because half the game seems like they have Lukaku, so don't let Lukaku score. But if you can just score yourself, I'm all for that. But then obviously I like Finland to go through, so maybe we take a 1-1. I want Finland and Denmark to go through. Denmark due to circumstances, obvious circumstances because of Ericsson, and obviously Finland because they are ranked arguably one of the worst teams in the competition. And obviously we have no choice about Belgium. But yeah, Liverpool. I've still got another 3 weeks in school. I can't be. Yeah, mate. I know it's a long haul. Luckily, I'm off school at the moment. But yeah, you've still got another 3 weeks to go. But don't worry, those 3 weeks will probably be over before you know it. What's Joe said here? Liverpool look on the break of signing Neuhaus today. Let's have a quick look at this. Florian, how do you spell his name? Let's go back to the stream on this 800 refresh ping winning mouse. Neuhaus. Neuheus. Oh gosh, I've gone half capped half. Neuheus. Neuhaus. There we go. Neuhaus, there's his name. Florian Neuhaus, I think he's a grab back midfielder. Not Neuhaus Chocolates. Not Neuhaus John Lewis. What's all this blimmin' what is this? Let's type up his first name. This mouse, I'm going to smash its face in a minute. It's getting on my nerves. It's about as sensitive as it gets. Florian Neuhaus, very complex role indicates Liverpool idea. Liverpool transfer plan, blah de blah. Neuhaus on his journey, blah. Joe, I don't see too much, mate, about him actually coming into the Liverpool preparing to set up Neuhaus pursuit. Yeah, sorry guys, you can't see this, but could be a load of crap. But One Football. But the thing is with One Football, yes, they are knowledgeable because they report various things going on currently in the football world, but they often take it off report sites that yes, some are trusted, but obviously some are not. So unless Fabrizio Romano says we're signing Florian Neuhaus, I don't think Liverpool are signing Florian Neuhaus at this moment in time, mate. But yeah, thanks for the information, Joe. Thanks for popping by. And the second half is about to start. But empty. So I'm going to go refill this drink and I'll be back in a second. So that, obviously, I need to put this. Sorry, guys. There we go. I've gone to get a I've returned. So, mate, I'm sorry fit run up the stairs. I was huffing and puffing, but I did cycle about 40 miles the other week. So, take what you can from that. I filled the Lucozade bottle up with Ribena. I think it was no added sugar. So yeah, we got that in the mango and passion fruit Lucozade sport bottle. See, reduce, reuse, recycle. Even though this isn't recycle, it's just a lid, but you know what I'm saying. Let's have a look at the comments. The second half better not be like the first. Exactly, mate. If it's like the first, we're in for a ball fest. If it's like let's say it's like the Germany versus Portugal second half, we're in for a thrilling encounter. But yeah, only if De Bruyne scores. I don't want anyone else to do anything because everyone's got Lukaku, pretty much. And also, actually no, let's just say I want Finland to score as well as De Bruyne. So a cheeky 1-0, that'd be nice. I'm going to speak a lot slower, otherwise I'll use up all my energy in the second half. So Denier pings it out to Thomas Vermaelen. Vermaelen out wide to Nasser Chadli. Chadli running at the defence. Cuts inside. Pings a ball. Crap. Absolute garbage. That was straight into the gloves of the goalkeeper. I want Lukaku to... I know you want Lukaku to score. You blimmin' got him in your fantasy team. Like every other kiddie out there. But yeah. Lukaku will probably score, mate. Not going to lie. But please, Lukaku, don't score. Don't score at all. Unless you get set by De Bruyne, and then I'll give you a better leeway. But yeah, Witsel, I don't know too much about Axel Witsel. I know he plays for Dortmund. I know he's quite a good player, but I don't know the levels. Like, obviously, he's not the level of like a Kimmich or a Goretzka or something. But like, how actual good of a player is he? Where did he come from? Because he's a player that seems to be around for a while, but you don't really hear too much about him. You don't really know where he comes from. So take what you can from that. But if anyone knows where he came from or the ins and outs of Axel Witsel, put in the chat. Lukaku go score a hat trick. I bet you, Charlie, mate, have got Lukaku in your team as well. Probably. Because, or you just want to see me rage because Lukaku scores. But yeah, Lukaku might end up scoring. Denier from range. Oof. That was awful. That was really awful, mate. Awful strike right there. Just hit it, and it looked quite good, but it went about 80 miles away from the goal. Right up into the rafters of the stands. Deary me, that was awful. Oh my! But to be fair, he's a centre back. You got to cut him some slack. Look at him. He's not. Oh, who's that in the stadium? Oh, some fans. I don't know what they were doing. They were just sat there looking at the camera focusing, and they must have been relevant. I bet you, if the commentary on now, you'd be hearing all these are so and so and so and so and so and so. But tonight goes for the header, wins the header. Finland player retrieves. Plays it in. Finland driving forward. They're driving forward at the moment. Timo Pukki making a run down the left channel. Timo Pukki's got the ball. Turned very well. Then still retrieves the ball. Plays it to his teammate. Timo Pukki's back on the ball. Cuts inside, but Witsel wins it back nicely. Doku, he's on the counter attack now. He's driving at speed. Doku's really got pace going now. And he's one-on-one with the defender. He skips past the defender and he's running to the byline. Cuts back. Plays it to Kevin De Bruyne. Plays it into Axel Witsel on the edge of the box. Not an opportunity for shooting. So he plays it out to Nasser Chadli. Chadli into Eden Hazard. Hazard could have turned on his right foot then, but chose not to. Now he's onto his right foot. Plays it to Kevin De Bruyne on the edge of the box. Into Lukaku. Ooh, almost back to De Bruyne, who ran onto it. But the Finland player tackles, receives, and plays it out. But it goes straight back to Belgium. Bit of intense moment there. A few bits and bobs going on. Belgium creating a chance, almost. So what you'd call a half chance. So Kevin De Bruyne has got the ball. Plays it to Nasser Chadli. Nasser Chadli into Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne into Thomas Vermaelen. Out to Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne one-on-one with the Finland player. Plays a beautiful ball to Chadli. Goes to the byline. He dinks the ball in. Lukaku was almost there. A bit too high for Lukaku to win the header. And the Finland player clears it out for a corner. So that's probably the best attack in the second half. About 7-8 minutes in the second half. Almost to Lukaku, but a bit over him. If he was Peter Crouch, he might have gone to that, but he's not. Anyway, Eden Hazard on the corner here. Shush, Luke, say bottom mate, you squeal all the time. Denier goes in. Finland clear. It's a nice car drive, man. I'll say the most random things, but I'm just trying to keep the stream going because, there's no one to talk to. Sometimes I have people on, not today, obviously. But there is stuff going on in the game at the moment. Hazard onto his left foot, drills it, past the post. He's not as clinical on his left as he is on his right, but prime Eden Hazard, top player. I'm not a Chelsea fan, but when he used to play for Chelsea in the Premier League, like if he was on his day, if he was playing well, he was pretty much unplayable. Same with Kevin De Bruyne, really. And obviously Lukaku, he was good at Everton, and then he went to Man United and he kind of dropped off. His form wasn't as good at Man United, but now he's at Inter Milan and he's playing really well. Obviously Hazard's at Real Madrid now and he's not playing well, but injuries could be due to injuries that he's had that sort of like hampered his career, new surroundings, teammates. So there's a lot to take from it. And you want De Bruyne to score as well. I didn't see that comment. Yes, I agree with you on that one, Jake, but not the other one, because that is just a total mockery of Lukaku scores for my team, which my team is doing nicely at the moment. We have settled nicely on my team. Despite the fact I chose Yarmolenko as my captain when I had some Dutch players in my team. But, there's a big but here. Gnabry plays, if Gnabry plays for Germany, oh no, I'm not going to be able to see the lineup. He won't even play. I have to think of who to captain now. I didn't captain one of the Dutch lads, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I use my I forgot to say I use my Limitless this week. So if you don't know what Limitless is, it's like a free hit in FPL. You get unlimited transfers, but no budget restrictions. When in FPL you get budget restrictions, so you get unlimited transfers, no budget restrictions, but your team only changes for 1 week only. So after that 1 week is finished, your team will revert back to the original team that you had before that match day. So yeah. I'm excited, though, for FPL in the new season. I want to get a good rank this year. In the first season, we got about 400k in the world, and then we dropped considerably last season to over 1 million. So, yeah, there will be a goal in this game. Probably. Considering Belgium's attacks and Finland's defence, I don't know how questionable it is, but, yeah. And you say, I can remember when Leicester won the league. Oh, when he won the league. Oh, Eden Hazard. Yeah, I remember coming into school next day as a primary school kid, and I was a bit confident, a bit too confident. I was always going to the teachers, I don't think we should go in school today. Leicester won the league, don't you understand? So yeah, I thought school was going to stop because Leicester won the league. Yeah, boy, was I wrong, but I was only a little year 6 student then when Leicester won the league, so I was confident that was going to happen. Well, not really, but I wasn't really that confident it's going to happen, but I was optimistic, let's just say that. But yeah, Hazard scored that goal. Leicester fans probably never celebrated a rival's goal. Well, when I mean a rival in the sense of, to be honest though, they weren't really a rival back then, Chelsea, because Leicester went in and around the top 4 regularly. They almost got relegated the following season. So, but let's just say that moment for Leicester fans will go down in history, Eden Hazard's goal. The way he just finessed it into the top corner. It was almost like he was there. He just stuck his foot out and then he hit it and it just whipped into the top corner. Leicester fans went absolutely nuts, and yeah, they won the league. Probably the best, or the most. What's the word? What's the word they use when they say it's like the most? Most extraordinary. I think footballing achievement ever, considering the circumstances. You had Wes Morgan, Robert Huth, Christian Fuchs, and Danny Simpson at the back. You had Schmeichel in goal. I think you had Kante, Danny Drinkwater, and someone else in midfield. And obviously you had Mahrez, Vardy, and you had Okazaki, if you remember him, up top. So, yes, they had good players who are now world-class ones, like Kante, Mahrez, etc., but they weren't... You can't say they were littered with world-class talents. Like, none of those players at that time were world-class players. And they managed to win the league. It's truly outstanding. Truly outstanding. Vardy came from Fleetwood Town. Mahrez cost them £500,000. Who's that other player they've got? Kante, obviously. Silly. Not £9 million is ridiculous, the way their team was built. And probably the best achievement we will ever likely to see based on circumstances. Doku, Finland player shoves him. He shoves him back. A bit of a tussle, scuffle, waffle, as I say a lot. And then, yeah, I don't really what happens there. You can't hear about commentary. Yeah, Finland player bodied him. He didn't like it. He gave him like a little... But it is a Belgium corner. And De Bruyne takes it quickly to Eden Hazard. Did not hit that cleanly. All Hazard had to do there was slot it in the bottom corner. Yes, the Finland defender might have got a touch on it, but he's got to put that away. Poor there. Would have got me some fantasy points as well. Deary me. But yeah, Finland have played well this game. They haven't let Belgium have too many clear-cut chances, and they've offered a bit of a threat going forward as well. Yes, if you look at the stats, they haven't registered a shot on target, I don't think. But in other words, they look quite good on the attack. In the attack. Are you going to do a Prem prediction video soon after the Euros? I might do Prem prediction. The only thing is, I don't like to do predictions because I always feel like I'm going to just like... If I say Liverpool are going to win the league, I feel like they won't win the league. Like I have that sort of psychology that whatever I predict won't happen. And I don't really care if I say, I don't know, West Ham finished 8th and they finished 7th. I don't care about that. But if I say Liverpool win the league and they finish 2nd, but I don't know, I might do a Prem prediction. But what I will do, as I've said countless times, is I'll do a live stream for my FPL team and we'll pick players, we'll do transfers, and we'll just build my squad of 15. You guys can help me, and obviously I can help you and you can ask me questions and stuff. Don't know when that video will be. It's when we can actually pick the team for FPL. Probably be like a month's time. But yeah, that video I'm pretty much 100% going to do. So yeah, and live stream. So keep an eye out. Keep an eye out because it might come along. Trossard on the ball now. Just strolling forward. Belgium don't have too much intensity, but there's no need. They've won this group. And yes, if Finland score, they can go in touching distance of Belgium. But remember, in touching distance, not toppling over them. But this game's more of a sit-back, chillax one, you know what I'm saying? There's not too many people, 2 people in the stream. We've loitered around 5 at one point. I like it when there's more in the stream because there's more people to talk to. But whoever those people are, and I think I know who you are. Respect you a lot. But yeah, anyway, Axel Witsel on the ball now. Out to Nasser Chadli. Chadli out on the left. Cuts inside. Whips the ball in. Headed clear by the Finland player. And Finland are now on the attack, but Chadli clears it up. Plays it back to Thomas van Marlen. Plays it out to Nasser Chadli on the left-hand side. One-on-one with the Finland defender. Cuts inside onto his right foot. Skips back to Witsel, who keeps the ball nicely there. Plays it to Eden Hazard. Hazard out to Denier. Denier into Trossard. All right, I've got a question for you guys. Who do you think's better, prime Eden Hazard or prime Kevin De Bruyne? So Kevin De Bruyne when he's at his best, or Hazard when he's at his best? De Bruyne holds off 2 players almost, and the Finland player boots it clear. They retain. Oh, look at that. It's good strength there from the Finland player and wins a free kick for his side. Personally, 2-0 Denmark now. Oh, fair play. This looks like Russia could be going out of the Euros at this rate. So as it stands, Belgium at top, obviously. Finland 2nd, Denmark 3rd, and Russia 4th. That was poor from the Russian player. He plays it back to his goalkeeper, and they just showed it here. And he plays it straight into the path of Poulsen up top. And he just slots it past the keeper really easily. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, prime De Bruyne or prime Hazard. Who do I think is better? I think prime... It depends. If you're about dribbling, prime Hazard any day of the week. If you're on about passing, prime De Bruyne any day of the week. If you're on about finishing, that's where it starts to get a bit sticky. Oh, Timo Pukki's is he in here? He's one-on-one with Thomas van Marlen. Plays it back to the other striker. Cuts inside. Plays their midfielder. Poor shot. Yeah, so I think it's really hard to pick who do you pick out of those two. It depends. For Liverpool, I'd pick De Bruyne any day of the week because I feel like in Liverpool's midfield, he could create so much because we don't always have creativity from the midfield. And then whereas Hazard, Liverpool's attackers are often a bit more quicker and have the pace on counter-attacks. And also, De Bruyne is in a better place at the moment, obviously. But yeah, this second half has been a bit more interesting than the first. Personally, depends on the situation. Yeah, that is a good point there. Obviously, if you're one-on-one with a keeper, you probably say Hazard, especially in his prime. But if you're on about from outside the box, edge of the box, you say De Bruyne, wouldn't you, any day of the week? But yeah, this second half has not been as... Well, actually, it's been better than the first half. But what I'm trying to say is there's not been as many clear-cut chances as maybe there hasn't been really any clear-cut chances at all. It's been half chances. They're both as good as each other in their primes. It's just too hard to pick. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, they both offer something different. Obviously, De Bruyne's passing is better and Hazard's dribbling is better. They're the obvious, but they're both... You don't know who you'd want. It's hard to say. Here's 2 for you. All right, let's see what 2 you've got here. Nasser Chadli touches it. Back to Kevin De Bruyne. Visit into Axel Witsel. He's in. To Eden Hazard. Shoots. Good save from Hradicki in goal. Now Finland clear. Oh, quickly won back there by Belgium. Doku, De Bruyne in there challenging. Prime Salah or Prime Hazard. That is another hard one. The thing is, if you want a goal scorer, Prime Salah any day of the week. He's a much better goal scorer than Hazard. But if you're on about a creative player, you're going to take Hazard every day of the week. He's a better dribbler and obviously better at probably creating chances and stuff. Bayern Thiago or Juve Pogba? I'd say Bayern Thiago because what I saw at I didn't watch too much of Pogba at Juventus, so it's hard to say. But he was good creatively, but he was young, so he didn't really he didn't really hit his peak years, and he was still developing. When Thiago at Bayern was a complete midfielder for what 4 or 5 years at Bayern Munich, so I'd say Bayern at Thiago. Bayern at Thiago, Thiago at Bayern. Also, they're kind of different players in a way because you've got like Thiago's more like. My hair's gone all funny again. I had a trim the other day, but yeah, enough for that waffling. But one of those, Thiago's more of like he's not necessarily a more creative player than Pogba, but he's more like dictating play, and Pogba's more of like dribbler and a finisher in a way. He's better at finishing Pogba. Much I think he's a lazy player. He's better at finishing, but Thiago's better at like passing and dribbling, and then around tight spaces. Prime Aguero or Prime Rooney. To be honest, I wasn't really. I was too young to watch Prime Rooney, but what I've seen obviously of Aguero in his prime years of around, what would you say, 13, 14, 14, 15, 15, 16, around those years when he's what, 25, 6, 7? Probably, I don't know, because Rooney was a really good finisher. Oh, Lukaku's in! Is he off? Is he on? I think he's off. De Bruyne played him through. Brilliant pass from was it Kevin De Bruyne? It better be Kevin De Bruyne. To be honest, mate, Jake, I don't really know about that question because I was really around to watch it then. Oh, poor Finland. They could be out the running now. Was it a goal though? Or was it offside? Before I change, got to go, lad. We'll hopefully be in the next stream. See you later. See you, mate. Yeah, come along to the next stream if you want. Come along. Oh, that is tight. Yeah. See you later, Charlie, mate. See ya. That is tight as anything from Lukaku right there. Millimeters. But De Bruyne got the assist, so I'll take that, despite the fact Lukaku scored. That was hard to say there. All right, so let's go to banners. France versus Belgium. I'm going to put 1-0. I think he's on. But I'm not 100% sure. Let's go. No, I'm VAR goal check. Before we change, we've got to have the VAR goal check. Ooh, what's it going to be? Personally, I think he's onside. And I think you've got to give the benefit of the doubt to the attacker, not the defender. Go on, actually, yeah, no. I don't think it's heavy because you're telling me you're going to get high pollen levels out there. It's raining. Not now, but it was earlier on. Is it a goal? Will the goal stand? Got blowing hiccups, huh? Oh. What's he raising his hand for? Goal review. And it's been chalked off. Which is good and bad because I would have got the points for De Bruyne getting his goal. But at the same time, I would have got the points. I would have got the points for De Bruyne getting his assist. But at the same time, Lukaku, everyone's got him. I bet you're annoyed, Jake. Please be on. Good luck. Oh, what to the guy? Yeah. You get more of a conversation. The streams will grow eventually, hopefully. Hopefully my streams can grow eventually. The more we do, the more exciting ones we do, the more inventive ones we do, different ideas, changing surroundings. Maybe we'll get new people on. I know a view from the stands is a nice guy. Might get him on the stream one time or go on his streams. Maybe a few other guys we can get on the stream or go on their streams. I've been on a few of them in the future. Ryan LSC, I was on his stream probably a few months ago now. Haven't spoken to him much recently, but maybe go on one of his streams soon. He's got a good channel about Liverpool-related stuff. And then, obviously, you've got My man, A View from the Stands, who is a very good streamer as well. Does a lot of different streams, football related mostly. But yeah, it is still. Let's get this banner back up again. Not I've gone to get a drink, because I haven't gone to get a drink, have I? Finland 0, Belgium 0 still. Jake, mate, you're probably fuming about that. You're probably still getting angry. Doku, right to the byline. Ooh. The Finland player brought down on the edge of his own box by Doku. He's probably annoyed that the ball didn't go out for a corner, but instead just loitered around. That is tight. If Lukaku moved his foot back about 0.785 of an inch, he'd probably been on. I'll try to go on every stream all I can all the time. Thank you, mate. Thank you, Jake. I respect that. You know, you're the loyal guy. You always stay on the streams. Even when there's no one around, you stay on. And I like that. But today, this stream has been an interesting one. Because I'm a bit tired, but for our stream, I want to stream. And my voice. Because I waffle too much. But we'll see how it goes. Ooh, is Timo Pukki in? Deny. Good header there. Also, Jake, if you know any of your mates from school who want to come and watch the stream, do let them know, and then they can come on. Oh, Russia have scored a penalty. 2-1 Denmark now. So as the group stands, Russia is still out. Obviously, Finland's going through, and so is Denmark. So interesting there. But yeah, it doesn't really mean too much. But yeah, if you've got any mates who want to come on the streams and watch them, do let them know, Jake. And obviously, everyone else, do let them know as well. It was only you in the stream, Jake, so there's no one else to talk to. Alho has come on for Euronen. Gosh, they've got complicated names, haven't they? But yeah. 0-0. Just approaching the 70th minute mark. Not too much has gone on this game. Hasn't been the most interesting game to watch. If I would have been in England, if I would have been in Bristol, I'd have probably streamed Germany-Portugal. Boy, would have that been an interesting game to stream. Maybe we would have viewed it rocketed because of the interesting and hype over the thing. Finland just knocking it around quite nicely at the moment. Oh, I'll try, mate. Cheers. I respect that. I always respect things because I like people who do things and who are nice people. But you know, out there in the world, there are some people who are just not very nice for no reason. And there's obviously people who are nice as well. But yeah, Finland knocking it around quite nicely at the moment. Playing it around, out wide. Left back, plays the ball in. Jumps for it, comes down to the back sit for that guy that just come on. He dinks it back in, but no one's there. Cleared by Trossard. And Doku brought down. It's a free kick for Belgium. 14 degrees and sunny, apparently, it says on my computer. Well, I don't know what country the computer's living in, but boy, it's not sunny out there. And I don't think it's 14 degrees. My God, sunbathe, it says that. But no, it's not. Clearly not. It's kind of dark outside. And today, it actually, in fact, to my calculations, to my understanding, is the longest day of the year. So in other words, if you don't know what the longest day of the year means, it means it gets dark the latest. So in other words, the clocks from now on go backwards. So tomorrow night, it's going to get darker and darker, obviously, until the clocks go forward again next April. So is it April, I want to say? I don't know what it is, but yeah, in other words, it's going to get darker from here on in, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that's what's going to happen. Anyway, Nasser Chadli ball in, headed clear by the Finland defender. Axel Witsel picks it up. He sat there, no pressure from the Finland player. He could almost lounge around. He's got time to watch around. Finland just sitting in. They don't want to go out of shape. They're happy for Belgium to have the ball. But to be honest with you, Finland are going to be happy to have the ball, for Belgium to have the ball and keep the result 0-0 because it means they go through. They don't have to push for anything, Finland. So I don't blame them, defend them. De Bruyne into Axel Witsel. Play it back to De Bruyne on the edge of the box. Chadli to the byline, but the ball's too heavy and Chadli is not quick enough. Still 0. Finland 0. Belgium 0. Oh, I do love a goalless affair, don't I? No, I really hate it. It's boring. What? Come on, Finland, mate. If that pass was better, Finland, mate, I don't even know their players, but if that pass was better, he could have been in one-on-one with the keeper, and that would have made the game more interesting. Yes, it would have knocked a point off De Bruyne's fantasy, but anything to make the game more interesting now, apart from the Lukaku goal because everyone's got him. Anyway, De Bruyne has picked up the ball deep now. He's almost just sat in front of the centre backs. Shows you when players come deep, they really do want the ball, don't they? They really want to create. Doku into Nasir Chadli, out to Boyata, into Kevin De Bruyne, out to Denier, into who's that? Eden Hazard, into Trossard. De Bruyne's on the ball now. Passes it out to Thomas Vermaelen. Vermaelen out to Doku. Doku one-on-one with the defender. Goes right to the byline. Sends the ball in. Cleared and it's out for a Belgium corner. 73 minutes into the game. Interesting there. Very interesting. Ball goes in from De Bruyne. Vermaelen hits the post and it goes over the line. Does that count as a De Bruyne assist right there? The ball in was nice. Vermaelen headed it in. Should have streamed Denmark versus Russia. I should have, but I thought this game would be more exciting. Thomas Vermaelen has opened the scoring here against Finland. Was it a De Bruyne assist? I have to look into that right now. So if we go over, I can't see the screen. Let's go back over, share the screen right here, which is, I want to say, that. So we go up, let's go to fixtures and results. And we'll go over to Sunday, Monday. Here it is. Oh, it doesn't tell you that. Oh, it's a Haradiki own goal. Oh, yeah, to be fair, it hit the post and bounced off of him into the net. So, Finland could get knocked out. Let me have a check real fast. We'll check that as well right now, guys. Could fit. Let's have a look at the group. No! If it stays like this, Finland are going to be knocked out of the Euros. That's really sad. I wanted them to go through with Denmark, to be honest. Don't have too much sympathy for Russia. I don't know why, but obviously Denmark for the variety of various reasons. And obviously Finland are complete underdogs. So, yeah. Disappointing there, considering Finland could potentially be out of the Euros now from that their own goal from arguably one of their best players in their team, their goalkeeper. But yeah, very disappointing there. But come on, Finland, you've got to go for the game now. And that's Russia, I want to say, shipped so many goals in the last. Let me have a look back over there a second. Russia 3, yeah, and this Russia ship. Hold. How are Russia in third? Wait, if goal difference is -3 for Russia and only -1 for Finland, why are Finland in fourth and Russia in third? That's what I don't understand. They're on the same points. Yes, they scored more goals for, but their goal difference is considerably worse. Sorry, you can't see that, guys, but it doesn't make sense. But so as it looks, Finland are out at the moment. I don't know what you can take from that because Finland may not be out and it may be just a mistake from UEFA. Big company, big time company over here making mistakes like that. But yeah, they're all human at the end of the day and they need to employ robots to do this. So take what you can from that. Phone's been beeping all night, it has. I don't know why it's been beeping all night. Well, I do. Loads of text from loads of different people. I'm popular, but not that popular. Trust me, these are just friends, not business inquiries, as you may all think. Soap. I don't know why I type soap. I do. So let's go over to nothing too much. Snapchat. We can see Snapchat notifications. All right, there's too many. We'll look at them later. We'll concentrate on the stream now. I know nothing too much is going on in the game or in the chat, but we've got to keep focused. We've got to keep focused and keep going for the end of the stream. Oh, Timo Pukki's in. Timo Pukki on his right foot. Oh, saved. Into the edge of the box. Oh, tries to nick it over. Turns round. He's taking them all on now. The Finland player. Finland are going for this game. It's getting more intense. He's got on the edge of the box. He plays it in. 1-2. Intercepted by Eden Hazard. Really well defended there by the Belgium international. But Finland win it back, but apparently not fairly. Apparently they did not win it fairly. But in my opinion, they didn't win it fairly. Now you look at the replay, you sometimes watch the tackle on live and think, how's that a foul? And then you watch the replay like, fair enough. But yeah, Timo Pukki there almost knocked it into the near post. Come on, Finland. Maybe just Belgium grab another and Finland grab 3. I'll take that. Or 4. 2 minutes to go. You can't really say too much is going to go on in this game, but as it stands, apparently Finland are out. Anyway, all Finland win it back. Timo Pukki plays it into his fellow Finland teammate, and now he's driving with the ball at the defence. Kevin De Bruyne is chasing him, harassing him. He cuts back onto his right foot. Timo Pukki, his friend hits it first time right over the bar. Oh yeah, I've got to change the scoreline. False right there, guys. False scoreline. Hopefully I'll be... All right, here we go. We've got to change the score real fast. Pretty far froze then, didn't you? Belgium, sadly 1-0 up, and there's no profit from it because it's not Kevin De Bruyne. It's an own goal. It's a Kevin De Bruyne corner, though, so take what you can from that. But yeah, Finland 0, Belgium 1 so far. And yes, very disappointingly, Finland could have equalised them. Timo Pukki playing really well, and now Finland are playing football. Oh, boot out of play, but Finland are playing a bit better football than they did earlier on. Mishy Bashi Y is on, but sadly, oh gosh, Denmark are 3-1 now. This could bode well for Finland, which is good. This could bode really well for Finland. What a strike! Whoever that was. Oh, Christensen. What a strike from him. Brilliant. Rifles that into the back of the net from arguably 35 yards out. Sweetly struck. Yannick Vestergaard. Oh, they deserve that. They deserve that. Denmark really deserved that. And yeah. Finland 0, still Belgium 1. Come on, Finland on the attack here. England, Croatia, England, Czech Republic tomorrow. It'll be a tough game. They battle well though. Can't wait for Man City versus Liverpool next season, neither, mate. It should be an enthralling game. For me, if both teams keep players fit and they play well, they're arguably the 2 best sides in the league. So you got to take what you can from that. And yeah, a full set of fans in Anfield, maybe that will rifle Liverpool on for a win. Because it's very disappointing that you won last time. But there were a lot of factors that went against us. Obviously, Alisson making the mistakes. No fans in the ground. No centre-backs. But yes, we shouldn't have obviously lost that horribly. But let's hope we can beat you at Anfield. Because I really want to beat Man City at Anfield. And all the teams at Anfield. And all the teams. But if your team wins every game, it's not as enjoyable, is it? Obviously, when winning every game's fun. As long as it's like 3-0 maximum. Like, you think about it, you want your team to win every game. But if they won every game in your life, you would never... The wins wouldn't feel as special, if you know what I'm trying to say. So I guess it's just got Lukaku. Romelu Lukaku scores 1-0, 2-0 Belgium. Oh. But was it a Finland? Was it a De Bruyne assist? Because I think it might have been. But whatever it was, Belgium are now 2-0 up with a Romelu Lukaku goal. Right, let's see who was it. An assist from De Bruyne, please be. Yeah, it was a Kevin De Bruyne assist. I'll take the fantasy points. Yes, it is a Romelu Lukaku goal, and yes, loads of people have him in their team. De Bruyne with this assist, yeah, mate. De Bruyne with this assist right there. That's the positive. That is the positive. But finish, Romelu Lukaku. Don't expect him to miss that. Keeper had no chance. Right in the bottom corner. Him and De Bruyne both played well this game. And yeah, De Bruyne says 40 fantasy points. Lovely stuff. I know, just got to see how the game plays out for the last, 10, 15 minutes. Denmark are 4-1 up now. Gosh, this game is going nuts. Let's see what happened there. They're on the attack. Cuts onto his right foot. Space opens up. Bottom corner finish. They really deserve this, those Denmark fans. Totally destroying Russia here. Brilliant stuff in Copenhagen. But over in St. Petersburg, in the Gazprom Arena. That is technically what it's called, or the Krostoskovsky Arena, but that's the country Petersburg thing. So yeah, that is Belgium 2, Finland 0. As you've already known, with the little ticking banner along the bottom, and probably if you keep it up to date with the scores one way or another. I'm going on that song. I don't know what song was that. One Direction. I didn't even listen to that. Go on now, scores. Well, if he scores a second goal and it's a De Bruyne assist, I'll respect that. But if he just goes outright and scores, no, I'm not happy. Not happy. I'm not happy with my captain decision. I captained Yarmolenko when I had the option of Mapai, Depay, Wijnaldum, De Bruyne. I choose Yarmolenko. I thought I'll go with the differential one. He could profit. Oh, he scored in the last 2 games. Well, he did something in the last 2 games, and in the game that I get him, and he doesn't do anything. Typical. But yeah, get a bit tired. 20 to 10. Not quite my bedtime, but he's a bit tired. 2-0 Belgium at the moment. Finland player down on the deck. What does this mean at the moment for the standings for this Group B? I think obviously England's in Group F, I want to say. So whip over to the screen first. Alright, so as it stands, Finland are through, which is brilliant. And yes, they did update the things. So obviously Russia had their poor goal difference. But yeah, look at those teams all finishing on 3 points, which is ridiculous. But obviously Finland aren't necessarily through. It all depends on if what does it depend on? Depends on how other teams finish in and around the league, but in and around other leagues. But yeah, Lukaku's off, mate. Sorry, Jake. But yeah, that all depends on that. But yeah, I'm glad Denmark's through, and then obviously Belgium, there's no question about they're going to go through, and obviously Finland being through is nice as well. Technically, well, not technically through, but sort of through. I mean, Finland are on the attack now. Ball goes into the box. Ooh, headed clear nicely. Now Kevin De Bruyne has picked up the ball and he's driving forward and he plays it out wide to Eden Hazard. That is a perfectly placed pass to Hazard. Is he one-on-one with the defender? He cuts onto his right foot. Hazard! Oof. You just expected to put that in the back of the net, didn't you? That would be another De Bruyne assist as well. How close was he? Nah, that was wayward. On the camera, it looked like it was almost nestling in the top corner, but from that angle, no. But they have a plethora of talent, don't they? Belgium. Like, Batshuayi is not a bad striker, and they didn't even use Dries Mertens, top Napoli player. Carrasco, Atletico Madrid, a really good player. They even used them today. And they still have the likes of Lukaku. Is that Benteke? Is that Benteke? Might be. See the likes of Lukaku and De Bruyne and Hazard. And Thorgan Hazard, brilliant options. Obviously, you've got England's attacking lineup, Sancho and Grealish, obviously the main wide men in my opinion. Anyway, Finland on the attack here, out wide, driving at the defence, players making runs in support, plays it back into the centre, he's got time and space, plays it out wide. He's now one-on-one with Nasir Chadli, this player who just came on, he plays it, gives a give and go 1-2. Cleared, Nasir Chadli's there, uses his body to stop Timo Pukki, and he shields him off. Pukki's like, what? I haven't done anything. I've just been giving him a little nudge, and the ref goes, no, it's a foul. That ref, he looks so much like a character out of a film, but I can't put my finger on it. He's got to go, and he's my captain, so I'm okay with it. Yeah. Are you going to change your captain? That's the question, because he's going to get you 4 points for the goal, 2 points for playing a certain amount of minutes, so get you 12. The thing is, realistically, you want a bit more from a captain than 12 points. You want them to score more than 1 goal, but it's do you take the risk, isn't it, mate? That's the thing. I'm changing mine. I let Bell, changing the Yarmolenko, changing it to someone else now. So, yeah, I guess we'll see how that goes, but I'll whip up the stats for the end of the game in a minute because we are in the 86th minute. So, give us 5 minutes, and we'll be looking at the stats and see how the game went in the end with a much more exciting and intriguing second half than the first. Finland just passing it around at the moment. Not doing too much. Ball played over. See, when I watch club football, I pretty much know every player on both teams. The moment I watch international football, I'm pretty much stuck. Batshuayi into Benteke, well, bar Belgium. Back to Batshuayi. He's had a good season, Benteke, a decent one as well. Into Chadli. Back to Eden Hazard. To Batshuayi. Belgium are passing it around like... It's like a practice game at the moment from Belgium. They're literally... They're strolling around the pitch. So I guess Finland are just thinking, well, we're just trying not to concede anymore. I want to give it to Foden, but I'll see if he plays tomorrow first. Oh yeah, you got to see before. Remember that an hour before kickoff, you can check and change. But yeah, I don't think he's going to start tomorrow. I think it'd be one of the others. But yeah, fair enough if you want to give it to him. I think I'm going to give it to Serge Gnabry if he plays. But that's the question because there's games at 5 o'clock and then there's games at 8. Germany being one of the ones at 8 o'clock. So the ones at 5. They're not the ones that you want because you can't see the lineups for Gnabry and stuff because they didn't play at 5 o'clock. So you can't really see if Gnabry's playing. Well, you can't at all. So what I've got to do now is just go my gut instinct. Unless I see that Gnabry, like I hear rumours saying Gnabry's playing, I'm just going to not playing. I'm just going to captain him anyway. If he's not rumoured not playing, I'll put Thomas Muller in. I think I'll bring Muller in anyway. But I realistically should have captained the Dutch. Oh, Pookie's almost in. Courtois under pressure. Who've set up the pitch? And Benteke's onto it almost. Challenge the Shadows defender. Doesn't do too much well. But he makes the Finland defender booted down the line. Touchdown by Thomas van Marlen. And Belgium retain possession once again. De Bruyne passing it around like it's a training match. Just preserving his energy, really. There's no much point for him to run around like a lunatic, is there? Axel Witsel out to Thomas Meunier, who came on for Trossard at middle-ish of the game. Denier into Axel Witsel. Look at the space out wide. Witsel, look at the space out wide, mate. Too slow with the passing. They want to get to De Bruyne quick to playing out wide. Batshuayi into Trossard. Will Mbappe play? Do you reckon I might do him? Do I reckon Mbappe is going to play? Yeah, because I don't think France, like if France lose to Portugal and Germany beat Hungary, France are out. So France have got to win the game against Portugal. So I reckon he's going to play because he hasn't scored in the last 2 games, but he's probably their best player going forward. So yeah, I think he's going to play, but I wouldn't necessarily give it to him due to like Portugal being arguably a sterner test defensively than Hungary, despite the fact Portugal conceded 4 against Germany the other day and Hungary only conceded 1 against France. But yeah, realistically, Hungary's defense is weaker than Portugal's, so I go a German player over a France player. But it's up to you, mate. Up to you. You make the decision. But yeah, that's what my advice is for that. Anyway, Nasser Chadli knocking it around at the moment into Boyata. Boyata out wide to Denier. Denier on the ball over here. Plays it back to Boyata. Boyata into Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne into Axel Witsel in midfield. Back to De Bruyne. They're just strolling around the pitch at the moment. This is like a practice game for Belgium. Finland aren't really pressing. They know the game's done and dusted. Everyone's just waiting to see the game out. There's not much intensity. If this was the start of the game, you wouldn't be surprised in the way it went. Anyway, Batshuayi is down the line. He's one-on-one with the defender. Plays it into Hazard. Just skip to the point and let him have a goal. Actually, no. If he gets Finland out, no. Oh, what's happening here? It's offside. I think it was oh, no, there's a girl on the pitch. What is she doing? Oi, love, get off the pitch. Security. Wait, what's happening here? There's some random girl on the pitch. Oh, yeah. Security slips. The security slipped when grabbing her. The poor guy, he'd probably be all over the internet. I know it wasn't a good angle, but he come running out to grab the girl and he slipped at the last minute. But they've got her anyway. Who does she think she is? The game, like, everyone's oblivious on the pitch. Well, obviously they've seen, but they're not really too fussed. Yeah, nice little pitch invader there. A disrupt play. I have no clue who to go for. I could also give it to Kimmich or Pau Torres or Rice. So Pau Torres, I think, plays Slovakia, which defenders as captains, they're weird ones because you want to captain the defender because you feel like they're going to get a clean sheet and it's an easy 6 points, so that's 12. But at the same time, they don't offer much in the sense of attacking threat, and also the moment they concede, you've lost all those points. And also, I wouldn't give it to Declan Rice because he's a midfielder. He only gets 1 point if he keeps a clean sheet, so that would be 3, so he'd only get 6. And then they concede, he only gets 2, and he doesn't offer an attacking threat. And then Kimmich, yes, that could be a good one right there because although Kimmich is a right wing back and is a midfielder on the game, so he doesn't get the defensive points, he got, I think, 2 assists the other day, and he's a brilliant passer on the ball, so he could create more chances for Germany. So yeah, you could captain Kimmich, but I wouldn't captain Rice or Pau Torres, but watch one of them go score an absolute belter somewhere after I said that. But I think if you get what I'm saying, that those aren't really the best options to go for. If you look at over all the options you can have. Anyway, Finland on the counter-attack. Last minute of the game here. Running down the line. He plays it into, is he looking for the run there? He sees it. Ooh. Oh, Belgium retain possession, and Michy Batshuayi is running at the defence. Plays it into Eden Hazard. Back to Benteke. Into... I can't work out who half these players are. I'll say Chadley, but I think he might come off. Anyway, Witsel, he looks knackered, absolutely knackered. It's over to Thomas from Mooney out on the right side to Naya. 40 seconds to the game's over. Everyone's just passing and they know the end result is going to be they're tired. So tired like me. And their lack of energy is also there on show. But yeah, poor let off there from Benteke. Tried to let off to Hazard. De Bruyne is playing. Where's De Bruyne? Has he come off? Yeah, silly me. De Bruyne came off. I didn't even realise. I was like, where is De Bruyne? Ah, there's a big lad in midfield now. But yeah, my play, he's done his stuff. Just pulled the cable off then. He's done his bits and bobs and he's off pitch. I'm dropping down in the table. We'll have a look. We'll have a look at the end of the game, Jake. Give it a minute. And we'll have a look at that. And then actually we'll have a look at the stats for the game first, like England, Belgium, etc., etc. Like not England, Belgium, Finland, Belgium stats. And then we'll go over and look at our fantasy league table with obviously England, Croatia playing tomorrow. I have no players from those teams, so it doesn't really mean too much to me in fantasy. But obviously, being a supporter of England, it does mean importance. But I've got Robertson for the Croatia-Scotland game, so there is a bit of importance for that for me. Anyway, game's over now. So it did finish. Finland 0, Belgium 2. Not the most exciting game in the world, especially without commentary. I might get a little headphone in next time, but it was a decent game. It wasn't. I did say it was boring, but have I seen worse games? It just there's no team really had much to play for. But let's hop back over to this screen right here, my friends. My only friend in the stream at the moment. But yeah, as it stands, well, last game has done. Russia are out. Finland could be through. They finished third in the group. Denmark third, second, which is really good for Denmark because they need to go through obviously various circumstances. And yeah, obviously Finland third. That's all I have to say about that. Let's hop over to my fantasy league thingamabobby. Give me a second, lads. Let's stop this screen right here. There I am again. How are you doing? Share the screen. Yes, share screen, blah, blah, blah. Works better with two monitors. Yeah, I've heard that. League leaderboard. So, let's hop back over here. Yep, full screen. So, let's zoom in a little bit as well. 125%. That's better. That's better. So, where are you, Jake? You are 8th in the table, and I am 6th. Well, joint. So, I have jumped above you, but let's have a look at everyone's. But surely won't to mine. Jude. He's had 7 points. He hadn't had a good week at all. But he has he played his shit because his team was vastly different. I don't think he has, but Yilmaz didn't do anything for him. Werner, he's still got to play. Don't know how much of the game he's going to play. He's got Mbappe, obviously captain as well. So that's going to be a big shout if Mbappe pulls through there. Fernandes still, Mount, Rudiger, Diaz and Chilwell. He's still got plenty of players still to play, but maybe he might bring on some of them for Soinchu because you're bound to get points for the playing, aren't you? Obviously. Let's go back and have a look at I think this is your dad's, Jake. I think this is your dad's table right here. Have a look and see how your dad's team has done. So, not very well at all, but he's still got Griezmann as his captain, which obviously something can happen there. Rebic against Scotland, obviously Croatia striker. He might not start because there is another striker for Croatia who was in contention the other game apparently. And then you've got Foden in the midfield, obviously a creative player who could start tomorrow. I don't think he is going to. Cruz, really good passing ability, and Kante. So yeah, very defensive midfield to there. Creativity, yes, but he plays deep. Obviously defensive midfielder. De Bruyne came in clutch for him. Dumfries got substituted at half-time, so didn't do very well from there. Obviously, Stones and Walkers. He's gone predominantly with England, which is very interesting to see. But like fair play to him if it comes off. And Neuer in goal. So yeah, could bring on Hummels for Dumfries because unless Hummels doesn't play a minute of football, but worst comes to worst, he only loses 1 point, so it's not super bleak. Let's go over to where are we? Zach, my step brother. Let's see how his team has done. So 48. So he has done well because he captained Wijnaldum. I respect him for captaining Wijnaldum because I was going to and I didn't. And he still got Stones, Robertson, and Pickford and Mbappe to play, and he's on 48 points and beaten in his last 2 chips. Two bits really well. And also he's got Gnabry, Lewandowski, and Havertz on the bench. 3 brilliant players on the bench that if they come on for any of these players who don't contribute, So I'll probably let him know that you should bring on one of these lot for either Dumfries or Mounier or Bell, because obviously they can get him some points. So yeah, Zach has done well there. So let's hop back over to who has finished. Oh, not. Hey, let's have a look at your team, Jake. Let's see how your team has done. All right, in the table. So 19. So yes, you haven't done very well. Immobile's got 0 points. I would bring on one of these 3, whichever one you want. Well, no, one of these 2. Again, because obviously Immobile's got you and Spinazzotta's got you 0 points. So bring on both of them. And then obviously captain, I'll probably give it to Mbappe based on your players. Or Kimmich. It's hard there. Hard decision, but you've still got Donnarumma did well for you. And obviously Lukaku scored for you. But yeah, don't know if he's going to start. Like you said, he's probably not going to start. So your picking selection looked quite bleak there, but we'll see how it goes for you, mate, over the next day or so. And you've had, what do you say, poor week so far on FPL. Well, FPL stands for Fantasy Premier League, and then your FPL is more. Oh no, it's more. Yeah, because it's not Premier League, so it's more like Euro Fantasy. But yeah, I get what you're saying there, mate. Don't you worry. And then let's have a look at my team. So we're on 49 points, which is really good. My captain decision was poor considering look at all the points I could have captained. All my players have contributed way more than the player who I chose to captain, apart from Bell, equally as disappointed with him. But I brought Gnabry on. I'll probably bring on him for Yarmolenko and him for Bell. So I'll probably bring on Müller for Bell and Slovakia, Pau Torres for Yarmolenko, and then captain Armband on Gnabry, and then or Müller. Either or, I'll have a think about it. Can probably read some reports, see who's actually going to start for them, and go from there. And then let's have a look at Oscar's team. Actually, let's have a look at. We'll be ages if we go forward. Let's just have a look at this guy's team and just put some respect on his name. He is clearly leaps and bounds away. Look at that. He's only 3,000th in the world. That is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. There, when someone like me, Mr. FPL skills over here, I am sitting. Oh, it actually says over here that your score 74 points, and that. Oh, where is it? If you go back here. See, I'm 234k in the one. So it shows you how much the thing can change. I'm also in the View from the Stands League and the FPL Chip Chat Euro League. So 2 very good leagues there. And yeah, swap back over to the stream. My voice is going. I've done a lot of talking today. Blimey heck, I've got something popping up. It's raining now. Good for me. Good to know, computer. Thank you. Yes, so streaming for 2 hours, 12 minutes. The game finished. Finland 0, Belgium 2. On paper, Belgium were expecting them to win, and they did. And overall, you've got to say that Finland didn't really offer much of a threat. Belgium didn't offer much of a threat neither too. One of their goals was an own goal from the goalkeeper, and obviously the other goal was a tight decision, but he was onside from Lukaku, fizzed in from Kevin De Bruyne. So, De Bruyne assist, Lukaku goal, Radicam goal. That's what you can take from that. And tomorrow, you've obviously got England, Croatia, so will Sancho and Grealish start? Please do. But anyway, guys. Oh, I'm tired now. Give me a second. Sorry about that. All right. Thank you for watching the stream, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one.